Hey. Get this set up. Anybody can hear me? Just let me know in chat. I think we look like we're good, but just want to be sure. Jump on. Brody, how's it going? Nice to see you, mate. I hope you've been keeping well. I'm assuming audio is coming through okay. All good. Awesome. Sam, nice to see you. Pete, great to see you. Fantastic. Mike, nice. Donkey, hey Luke, I was trying to determine what I was going to do today. That's fair enough. Can I hear you just a bit low? I'll be honest with you, I'm talking kind of quiet because Chloe and Felix are asleep in this room. It's absolutely ridiculously warm inside the house, so as some of you may know, we got the air conditioner installed on the observatory not long back, so I've cooled this right down. We're chilling in here right now, so yeah. Glad I caught the live stream. Yeah, I'm glad you've caught it too, Donkey. That's awesome, mate. This video sound is fine. Hey, how's it going, Claire? Rashmi, nice to see you. Audio was low on your side. That's good to know. Yeah, I've just been, like I said, just trying to speak quietly, that's all. But yeah, what we're going to do tonight is, it looks like we've actually got, would you believe it, a clear night on his hands for once. So I'm going to be shooting for most of the night the Elephant's Trunk Nebula, I think, on my SQA 106 with a one-shot colour, Player 1 Poseidon, and a dual band filter. So that's one part of this. And then I'm going to be shooting the Elephant's Trunk Nebula again with the SQA 130 with the QHY Minicam 8 in mono SHO. So that should be a bit of fun for us. And really, I'm trying to get on towards the conclusion of my video for the SQA 130 that should be coming probably as my next video, I expect. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get this thing kicked off anyway, otherwise I'm never going to get the session underway, and these nights ain't long at this time of the year, so I will do my best to catch up with chat properly in a minute. Once we're up and running and everything's going smoothly, I will jump over onto the Discord probably as well, so you guys aren't already members of the Discord, I'll find you a link to that in a second and post it into the chat. But I'd love to see if you've got yourselves any new gear. I'll be taking a look at that side of it, and perhaps some of the new images too. That could be a bit of fun for us. So yeah, we've got some stuff to be cracking on with. Just a nice chilled stream is the aim of the game anyway. Did I click connect? I did, yes, that's already done. I'm talking so much I can't even figure out how to get my rig going. Let's unpark this. Guider, off we go. Right. I do believe I've got a sequence set up for this. I tried setting it up, yeah, last night, but the conditions were just terrible. Not much I could do. Salute, center, start guiding, auto. Yeah, that's all good. That's fine for me. As you'll note, we have no astronomical darkness left at this time of the year as well, so that's just one more excuse I can use, I would say. I'll slide that off anyway. We can crack on with setting up the SQA 130 now, and then I'll get caught up with chat properly. I will do my best to be as reactive as I can, you know what I mean? I already know I'm going to slip behind. I've done it every single stream so far, so why would this one be any different? But I will do my best. I promise. I'm able to connect now. That's not a good sign, is it? Let's just see what's going on here. So you'll notice I've got my S30 running as well outside. See StarShrink. That's pretty nifty. Can we connect? We cannot. Make sure it's plugged in. I'm just going to go have to check the power in the observatory side. Can can I switch on a camera that you can see so you can actually keep an eye on what I'm doing for a second? I think there is something I can do. You know, I had a way connect up like my phone camera and take you with me. That was a bit of a weird one, but I just don't exactly know how to get it going on the fly. Instead, I'll deploy the all-sky camera for a second. Hopefully you can see into my observatory now. Yeah, I can, as long as I sort out the zoom anyway. Right, so that's what we can see. I'm going to go check the power to my rig and make sure everything's looking okay. I will need a headlamp. I'm back. As I came through the door, I just realised I've probably been completely flashbanging you guys with this. It needed unplugging and replugging. No idea what's going on there, but yeah. Oh well, at least we figured that one out. You can see the little power LED is on it now, so everything should connect up properly with any luck. I may need to just restart Nina or something, but no, it looks like we might be getting away with it. We are. Kick off cooling, filter wheel, focuser, mount, guider. I also very slightly nudged my EQ6 while it was going through its autofocus, but it doesn't seem to have mattered. I've got the protective tennis ball on the end of the counterweight shaft on that one, so maybe that saved the day. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. That's unparking. You can hopefully see that swinging into view in a second. Beautiful. You can just about make out the temperature outside as well, can't you, from this view? 17 degrees thus far, so it's still a pretty warm night. We're set to have an absolutely steaming day tomorrow. It's forecast to reach about 32 here, which is going to be yikes. Not good. But yeah, it looks like that's all working properly now. Let's go ahead and get it finished and set up. Then I promise I'll get caught up with you guys. I realise I'm lagging behind a good bit. Thank you for your patience with me. This is all fine. I don't think I need to turn anything on this anymore. It's like I'm coming back to this for the first time for some reason. It's a bit different doing it live. Do you know what I mean? Your normal methods get thrown off very slightly, I think. Slew, center, start guiding, autofocus. Yeah, that's all spot on. We'll have a bunch of cycles of that. I realise we're getting off to a slightly late start, but is what it is. Keep an eye on this anyway while it gets going. And now, I think, pull out the chat panel so you guys can see that for a minute, and I will start catching up with you as promised while this just goes through the its paces. So, audio is low. Oh yes, we got that resolved. All as well as over here. That's good to hear, Brody. Always happy to hear that, mate. Photon Voyager, good to see you. Ben McLaren, nice to see you too, bud. It's Luke, loud and clear. Awesome. Jay Moore, nice to see you. What are we looking at tonight? So, if you just missed Donkey, it's the Elephant's Trunk Nebula we're going after on both of these telescopes. Stefan, nice to see you. Nothing clear in Texas, so it's good to see a live image. Well, that's awesome to hear that, Mike. I mean, not awesome to hear that you're clouded out, but awesome to hear that I can be of some use to you this evening, buddy. Autocorrect, so it always gets me too, buddy. Don't worry about it. Space Tonight, greetings from Poland. Greetings to you too, sir. Nice to have you here. Brian Niffer. Hopefully I'm not getting your name totally wrong there, Brian. Followed your advice on the SQA55. Couldn't be happier. Now that is what I like to hear, mate. I'll tell you what, Brian. I love that telescope. I really do. All the SQAs I've got, I'm so happy with them. It's almost awkward, you know, when you get a telescope in for review that is like that good, that the biggest complaint you have with it is, I wish it had a normal focuser. It's like, it almost seems like the review's biased, and I guess maybe it is. Oh, crikey. What's all this then? Casey, I can't believe I got you at the start. Brother, you're awesome. Thank you so much for that support, Casey. That's incredible. And Claire as well with the 5 memberships. You're a beast. Thank you, Claire. And thank you, Casey. That's huge support, mate. That really, really is awesome. Thank you ever so much, man. I'll just, Brody as well, coming in with the Discord link. Thank you for that, Brody. I'm glad you remembered, because I'd almost completely forgot again. But yeah, Brian, I was just saying, I had the thoughts, so I'll finish. I'm just genuinely glad to hear that, you know, other people out there are finding the same thing that I did basically with it, that it's just an exceptionally good little scope, something you can really rely on to catch you nice, crispy data. So congratulations to you, mate. You've got a really fantastic scope there. Photon Voyager says, impeccable timing, Luke. Not something I'm often accused of, but I'll take it. I'm out imaging the Seda region and was looking for something to listen to. Superb. Astronomy McClare says, hey, everyone got a 1983 C8 Back to the Future running with new gear and pointing at the Ring Nebula. That's fabulous. Yeah, I know you left me a message, didn't you, Claire? Did you manage to finish the overshoot compensation for your rig? Figure out which directions counterclockwise for your focuser commands and stuff, because they can be reversed in the driver, which is odd. Yeah, that's the big thing with a Schmidt Cassegrain, making sure that you're pushing against gravity on focus moves. We're nearing 1,000 members in the Discord. Holy heck, are we, mate? Let me just quickly check the Discord on my phone. Jeez, yeah, you're not kidding. 921 members we've got in that Discord now. That's fantastic. Good grief. That's amazing in the Discord. Super. Why are you not using Green Swamp server? Basically, mate, when I first started off with astrophotography, that it was one of the options, Green Swamp server and EQ mod. Yeah, the name eluded me. It's that memorable. And I just happened to go with EQ mod as that was what everybody was talking about at the time. So that's what stuck. There's no other reason to it than that. And I've done my classic blunder. Classic blunder. Those of you who've seen Princess Bride. And gotten rid of the chat. So I'll pull that back on while I catch up. One of the classic blunders. Hit the like button for Luke. Yes, please do. Luke's glowing personality. Oh yeah. What is everyone shooting? Yeah, good question, Photon Voyager. I'm always interested to find out. If you want to share, by the way, what you're up to, what your rig looks like and things, a rig selfie, that kind of thing, by all means, crack them out, post them on the Discord. We're going to take a look. You know what I mean? It's on the agenda. We've not got anything strenuous planned tonight. And would you look at that guiding graph? Oh, that's good. That's good. Now that makes me happy. Other big news as well. I can share this with you guys, can I, on here. I missed out on the initial chance to review a ZWO AM7 through not having enough money. So that's the long and short of it. They've came back to me anyway with another chance to take a look at one. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to get one of these ZWO AM7s in. I've really enjoyed the AM3. Really enjoyed the AM5. Are we going to go 3 for free? I think we probably are. So yeah, with any luck anyway, that could be coming down the line, and you'll see it in a future video, I reckon. Take it back, been only 9 days, but it was just a short night. Yeah, that's fair enough, Mike. 9 days, I mean, it's a fair old break. Good evening, Luke. Hope all is well. Hope the same for you, mate. Yeah, nice to see you. Cloudy here in Sarnia, Ontario. Nice. Well, cloudy nights are useful, aren't they? As long as they're not too plentiful. A good recharge of the batteries gives you a chance to catch up on other stuff too. Always look on the bright side, as they say. Donkey asks, what size is your observatory and how far apart are your peers? Good question. I could have sworn I answered this for someone last week, and I've totally forgot. As you ask, I will get you the measurement. I know how important it is to people to try to size things right if you are genuinely interested in making an observatory. My microphone discipline, by the way, is absolutely terrible, so I'm really sorry about that. One of those things you take for granted, if you're watching people who are actually good at making videos, they're always in the right position on the mic, talking at it, but I'm like lower, just everywhere. Here we go. I knew I had one. That's organization for you, by the way. Knowing where you've got a tape measure. That's the word. My brain is not working very well tonight. I think the weather's boiled it inside my skull. So I will go and answer you that question real quick, Donkey. I do believe it's like 10.5 long by 8.5 wide, something like that. But I'll get the pier distance for you right now. I can measure that on my own. So yeah, 2 seconds, mate. I'll pop you on. Nearly did it again. That view. You can go and look at me goofing around with the piers. All right then, mate. So, pier center to pier center is 49 inches. That's basically what it is. It might be 50. It's just really hard to measure without risking knocking things. We've got some imaging up and running, don't we? So yeah, but yeah, 49 inch is basically what I get. hopefully that's useful for you. Now, that's to the true center of the pier, by the way. You know where the middle pin for your mount would come up. If you're going to bolt it down that way, the actual blocks themselves will be a bit closer than that, of course. Oh, and one other point as well that I want to make about two piers quite close together. It is kind of useful, I think, or at least I've found, to have one pier higher than the other, and have the taller of the two piers be effectively as your main pier, and the slightly lower one, usually with a smaller scope, that kind of thing, is going to make it just that less chance of collision that could occur. Hopefully that's useful information for you, Donkey. Astronomy with Claire says, oh my god, gremlins all night. Oh, at least you got company. Pegasus did an update and kicked all the power stuff off, and the USBs went to the wall. Ooh. It's never good, is it? In fact, right there, Mike, always the updates for Pegasus. I think it was Mike who I was asking a video. I asked you guys in a video basically, like, what's some of the main tips you could give people starting out, and I think Mike said, like, sometimes you've just got to know when you beat. So could it be one of them nights, Claire? I don't know. I'd give everything a reboot probably and try again, but yeah, sometimes it is a bit rough. That guy from the Milky Way, hello. Wow, your channel has grown so much. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. Obviously, we're not in the realms of Trevor Jones and Nico Carver and all that kind of thing, but that's only fair. Their videos are a shit ton better than mine. So, I'm not going to experience the same growth as them while I'm goofing around with what I make. Photon Voyager says, seems to be going around, Claire. I heard from some others who are having issues tonight. Oh dear, yeah. The recent ASI, not ASI Air, got mixed up. C-Star update seems to have split opinion. Some people are having a great time. Some people are like, nah, this ain't it. I'm of the opinion that it's great. It's working fine for me. But one of the things it's introduced, the new C-Star update, which I'm actually running right now and trying to simultaneously capture time lapses and stuff for a video, is they've added the ability to capture from your main camera and your wide field camera at the same time, so you can get those cool, if you're doing it like I'm doing it, a time lapse, you can get those cool like Earth movement time lapses. A normal time lapse, of course, you see the stars moving across the sky and the foreground remains fixed in position because you're on a tripod or whatever. But with a equatorially tracked time lapse, the stars remain fixed and the Earth like moves beneath it, which is a really cool effect. That's what I'm trying to capture right now. Remember when you just had 300 followers? I'm surprised I ever got past 300 followers, but it happened fairly quickly. Yeah, I've been extremely lucky with my channel. I feel majorly fortunate that I can do this. Do you know what I mean? It's all thanks to you guys and the support. Do you want to see the first sub, by the way, from the SQA 106 rig? So this is SQA 106. Player 1 Poseidon, which is a 2600 camera, and a dual band filter, 3-minute sub. And we've got the elephant's trunk there, quite well resolved. It looks like there's some hot pixels going on. I don't know whether I really need to be cooling this camera a bit deeper or something, but with sufficient dithering, this is all going to go out of the window anyway, so I shan't worry myself about it. But that SQA is looking pretty good. Seems like that's all working fine. I'll jump over and show you, by the way, the first subs on the other rig too, because why the heck not? So far I got a sulfur, which is here. Oh, and just the oxygen's just finished. How about that? So sulfur, right there, you can see that faint outline of the trunk. I quite like this framing. I think it looks rather dramatic. The hydrogen, single 3-minute sub, plenty to see, and look at those stars. Oh, it's so sharp. I love this telescope. It is so sharp. Incredible. That's gonna look good, I think, when it's finished. And this is the oxygen, and you'll notice that the oxygen is very slightly dithered from the others because I've told it to trigger a dither on every oxygen frame so that the following sulfur and hydrogen are dithered from that too, which seems to be an efficient way to do things. Got a strong moon tonight, so we're never going to see much in oxygen, especially with quite a broad bandpass filter like I've got, but is what it is. Guiding is on point, I have to say. That's working wonderfully. No complaints there. Anyhow, I'll put it back on this wide field camera. I think that's a bit more interesting for us to see, isn't it? And I'll come back to chat now and keep powering on. Try to catch up. Once I'm caught up, roughly, we'll jump over and do the Discord part of things, I think. Let's just see. You need to learn how to use the advanced sequencer. Fair enough, Stan. I probably do need to use it, but may I ask, not as a counter question or anything, but just what is it you feel like I'm missing out on that the advanced sequencer offers that I'm not currently doing as such? That'd be interesting for us. Haven't been on for like 2 to 3 years. Damn, dude. Well, it's nice to have you back. I hope you've had a good break. Scott Noel, nice to see you, mate. Always a pleasure. Charles Burleson is doing the Elephant Nebula tonight. Ah, cool. The Elephant Trunk, yep. Same as me. Going to get around 5 hours done, hopefully. That would be very, very nice. Seems like we've got some bright lights going on in the observatory. Look at that. Jeez, what's happening? Been having nothing but problems with the advanced sequencer. It's stuck in it. You see what I mean? The dichotomy of man. Seems stuck in a loop, but it slews to target and then goes back home. Gosh damn. Sometimes keep it simple. That's one way to look at it. Hey, thank you again, by the way, Casey. That means a lot, mate. It really does. I do want to tell you as well, Casey, I've been meaning to send you an email update because I know we talked about this a little bit and you gave me a big list of things I should be watching. This will be meaningless to a lot of you guys watching, I know, but I've started Jujutsu Kaisen because I said I would, and I'm really enjoying it, mate. I'm really enjoying it. You knew I would. I'm sure you did. 211 Milkman, nice to see you, Milkman. Always a pleasure, mate. Hope you and your boy are doing well. Good evening, Luke. Hope you and family are doing well. Thank you, mate. We are indeed. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Joining the stream after a long time. How's it going? Doing pretty darn well, buddy. Can't complain. I nearly complained. It's been a warm day, is what I'll say. It's been a warm day today, and tomorrow is going to be even hotter. So we Englishmen are not cut out for such tomfoolery. So I've tried to stay as cool as I can. But yeah, I'd be absolutely toasted, mate, if I lived somewhere actually warm. Oh, crikey, I've missed this as well. Thank you again, Claire, and thank you, Sean, for the 10 memberships. You're an absolute legend, Sean. Bloody hell, thank you, mate. We're getting there. Look at this. Vicarious astrophotography, that's the way. Yeah, vicarious astrophotography, arguably the optimum way to do it because it's a lot cheaper. So, yeah, you can spend your spare money now on quality snacks to enjoy the stream. I need a reason to keep the 294mm name too. Casey, I'm going to come across all biased now. I don't think you need a reason to keep it. If it were me personally, this is going to sound super, super spoiled in it, but I would let it go. And I would look at getting a 2600 in its place, if that's all feasible for you. I just think it's a better camera. 294's had its day for me. It can still put out some nice images. It's nonsense to say it's totally done with, but just too many quirks, man, compared to this modern batch of sensors, which are just so friendly by comparison to work with. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life if you can avoid it, I would say. Did you try AI plugins in Nina? That's my take anyway. I'm definitely not the leading authority on all this stuff. Did you try AI plugins in Nina? Which ones are those, mate? I've I can't say I have, no. I wasn't even aware they existed. Good evening, guys. Good evening to you too. Finally testing the 130. I am indeed, yes. I did see some weirdness. While I've got a moment, I'm doing so well and nearly catching up, but I do want to show you a test image I took with the 130 where I had a small amount of weirdness. I want to ask you guys, anybody out there with an IMX455 full frame camera, have you ever seen this kind of thing? Let me just find the shot. So I've got a stretched version of the Cygnus wall. This is 18 2-minute shots in broadband only. So this isn't dual band data or anything like that. It's just broadband that's had its absolute nooner stretched off it. So everything's looking great. It's not looking bad at all. Down here, I think I'm seeing micro lens diffraction, which is not something I thought I would encounter. I don't know whether it is micro lens diffraction or whether it's because it's so close to the edge of the frame, but I've tried to like recreate this with bright stars elsewhere and I haven't seen it. So I don't know whether we're having some interference from high thin cloud, which was present on this night, or what, whether it's proximity to the edge of the frame that's caused it. But that to me looks like micro lens diffraction. And to be clear, I'm talking about this kind of blotched grid structure here. I'm not talking about the mild shadows in the dispersion around that bright star. But yeah, if anybody else has seen that kind of thing before with their IMX455 or maybe even 571, that kind of thing, I would love to know as a bit of a sanity check. Right, back on with this. Will be interesting to see, says Pete, how the SQA60 Pro compares to the 55. Quite tempted by the 60, it has to be said. I think they've probably made that 60, Pete, really as an answer for the thing that I mentioned right at the start of the stream, if you caught it, you know, like where the biggest gripe someone might have with an SQA55 is that it's got a helical focuser rather than, you know, a standard rack and pinion. They've probably just put that out there to solve that sort of thing, and why not have it be distinct in its aperture too, I guess. I will say one thing about ASCAR is their line is a bit heavy now. There's so many different scopes out there, like a bunch of different price points. It's probably consumer nightmare, you know what I mean, for many people trying to figure out which scope they actually should be buying at this point. But yeah, Green Swamp Server works so much better for me than EQ Mod. Really? Okay. Well, I've never really had a problem with EQ Mod that Green Swamp Server would solve for me, but yeah. I've used Green Swamp Server once, and it was a really specific thing that I had to use it for. So you might remember a few years back, I had a Skywatcher AZ GTI, I think it was, a little map. I've still got it. I really should get it sold on Astro Buy Sell or something, because I have no need for it anymore. But that, it used an EQ, I guess it were an EQ mod cable, some like that anyway. It's a USB cable, and for PC connection, the only way it would communicate was through Green Swamp Server. Wouldn't talk to EQ mod. So it did save my bacon that time. Another one for GSS, to be much better too, but I think the limits implementation was better in EQ mod. Fair enough. Not something I've ever used, but I probably should. Thank you again, by the way, Sean, for that, and welcome aboard to all the new members from tonight. Richard Church, nice to see you, Richard. Just coming from setting up down here in Gloucestershire. Now had a couple of nights on the Blue Horsehead Nebula. That's pretty brave with the moon as strong as it is, Richard. Blimey. Not perfect for our location, but you know how it is. I do. Yeah, I do, mate. We've got to try. We do. Hey, I'll tell you what, Richard. I mean, this wasn't with the moon up, but I was surprised just recently to have made I think, decent capture of Bernard 150. It's okay from my location. So this was 80 3-minute subs, SQA 55 again, and the 2600 Air. So I got Bernard 150, the Fireworks Galaxy, little globular cluster over here as well, and a lot of the background dust. I overcooked it. I think I stretched it too far trying to bring out this HA stuff up here, but I was surprised anyway, is the point I'm trying to make. That even from a pretty crap location, you can still pull out some of that dust. Do you know what I mean? So good luck with your capture. Yeah, good luck with your capture, mate. Continue on. Hopefully this isn't too chaotic for you guys to watch, and you can sort of follow along with my reasoning as we go. I need to wet the old whistle. Right. Thanks, Luke. You're awesome. No problem at all, mate. Yeah, I hope that was useful for you. Damien, how's it going, Damien? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh, and I think I saw your community post the other day. You've got the, is it TubeTech big boy sensor to try out on one of your dobs? That's going to be absolutely awesome. So congratulations on that, mate. I want to build a roll-off observatory 7x10, and I'm thinking with 2 piers 4 foot apart. Yeah, I think as long as you're not using scopes that are spectacularly large, you won't have too much issue with that, most likely, Donkey. But if you do ever want to put bigger telescopes in, you might find it more advantageous to you to just have 1 pier in the observatory and maybe enough room in there to store a tripod for a second rig that you can just carry out and set up on those nights where you want to run in. Which I'll be real with you, even though I've got 2 piers, I don't always run 2 rigs these days. And yeah, I should, but sometimes, if I've got like this set up for a specific reason and the target I want to shoot is not suitable right now, like strong moonlight or whatever, and I'm trying to focus on broadband, I'll just leave it parked rather than trying to force the issue kind of thing. I think that's one thing that having the observatory has almost made me more patient with waiting for targets to be ready, if you like. But yeah, sometimes I realise with as few clear skies as we get in the UK, beggars can't be choosers, if that's where you are. Hi team, yeah. Oh, sorry, I've said hello, Aunt Damien. Go as big as you can. You'll always, yes, absolutely true, Ben. You'll always wish you had a big one. Same in here. I love my observatory as it is, and I just wish I'd built it that little bit bigger. Not much, but that little bit. Even if I left the observatory side, similar to what it is now. I don't know if you're planning on one at all, but yeah, if anybody out there is going to make a warm room, go big. You probably ain't going to end up using it a lot more than you think. Or at least I did, that's for sure. Think of it this way. I doubt anybody ever really got into something like astrophotography, made an observatory and thought to themselves, oh, you know what? Oh, I just wish I didn't have all this room. Not going to happen, is it? So, yeah, go as big as you can. Been using the TubeTech StarShrink I purchased a few weeks back and works very well. Tonight is the first opportunity I'm getting to do an overnight session. Well, that's really good to hear, mate. I had a not great experience with the StarShrink when I first started, but I understand it's come on a long way, so I'm glad to hear that now. Big up awesome astronomers. No problem, mate. Have you seen Queeb's video on running Nina on a Raspberry Pi? I've not seen it, mate, no. I'm curious if anyone's done it. If that works well, I can see this really taking off. That would be cool. Nico just popped into your stream for an ad. Really? Where am I going to stress test the AM7 with? So, Mike, I think I'm going to probably put the AM7 to task if it all comes apart, and we actually manage to get it for review and it all happens. I'm going to probably pop my Edge HD11 on it and try that with the 2600 Air camera and just give it a go, really. See how it performs with that thing, because it's a pretty big OTA, is the Edge 11, but it should be able to do it without a counterweight sketchy as that sounds, but it should be, you know, well within its parcel, if you like. And then, if it all works well, I don't know, depending anyway, there is a chance I could perhaps move one of my AM5s onto the second pier in the observatory and replace the still working, but admittedly aged EQ6, more for space rather than any other reason, because that long counterweight bar often gives me heebie-jeebies when I'm slewing around the night sky with the other telescope. Andrew, hi Luke, hello there Andrew. Andy here with Ben, doing some imaging ourselves in Hertfordshire. Clear skies, awesome mate. Well, good luck on your session, I hope you have a cracking one. Galactic Core says I bought a Hyperstar for my 925 back in March. Good on you. Yeah, got a few nights to set up and test it on Wolf Ray at 134, and it's been cloudy ever since. That's the curse of new gear. Yeah, I think you're really going to enjoy that, mate, when you get it all dialed in. I'd like to get Nina synchronized dithering working on my dual rig. That's you're a braver man than I am, mate. It's not something I've ever actually tried, you know, side by sides or out like that. I mean, I definitely could with the EQ8 there. It could handle a hell of a payload, but I don't know. I find myself always just leaning towards simplicity, which is a bit weird, I suppose, given how just natively complex much of this hobby is, that I wouldn't just choose to go the extra little bit here and there. But yeah, we're all different, I suppose, aren't we? Jules Astro says, I've had gremlins tonight with the ASA Plus. Been a nightmare for some reason. Oh no. A restart? Have you tried that, by the way? I know it sounds super like base level advice, but usually if ever you're having issues with just about anything, a bloody restart is your fix half the time. Very good framing, looks good. Ah, nice mate, thank you. Glad you liked it. I think I'll be upgrading from my William Optics 61 to the new SQ860. Are you excited for it? I would be excited for it if I got the opportunity to test one. No, I think it's going to be a cracking scope, mate. I think I've got good reason to believe that anyway, because it seems like everything else that Ascar have put that SQA badge on has just been super. It really has been super. So don't see why they'd, you know, break it with this one. It's probably going to be an absolutely banging telescope. Clouds here tonight. Sorry to hear it, mate. Hopefully they clean up soon. Images are great, Luke. Thank you. Wait until 3.3 gets out in beta before switching anything, Luke. Good to know. Thank you, Mike. Oops. Ooh, we're nearly caught up. Are we? Are we? Oh, no. No, we're not. Got myself all excited then. My bad. Here we are. Right. Do you really not use the advanced sequencer? It's so much nicer than the other one. I really don't. Yeah. As it happens, mate. No, it's not something I've even tried. I think I've opened it once, looked at all the different toggles and thought to myself, perhaps not. And then I, tail between legs, went back to the simple sequencer. It just does all the things I need, do you know what I mean? At least as far as I'm concerned. Then again, I am someone who would be quite happy just having the ASIR as my main imaging rig. I wouldn't mind at all. Hello, Luke. Hello there. Pisani. Nice to see you, mate. I hope you're keeping well. I miss my rig. It's still packed away because I have no room to keep it ready to go. Oh, I haven't used it since November. That's rough, mate. Yeah, that's rough. The Lucas. Nice to see you, mate. Good day. Hello, Queensland. Lots of rain here recently. Always enjoy your streams. Nice, mate. Well, it's your winter, isn't it, in Australia? Well, it's our summer. It's so... Well, it's not odd at all, I suppose, but it just feels odd. While we're having blazing weather, you guys are getting battered a little bit by the sounds of it. Any noctilucent clouds tonight, Luke? I've been looking every morning that I can, mate. I ain't seen any. No. I'll try again tonight though. Don't use the advanced sequencer either. Probably should with the dual rig. Yeah. We're doing good. I'm glad to hear that, mate. Went back to work after being retired for 5 years. Well, that is a big step, Milkman. Bloody hell, mate. I hope it's for all the good reasons. You know what I mean? At least you're managing to image tonight. True. Just killing me. Wind is picking up a bit in central Bedfordshire. Fair enough, mate. I think it's been pretty calm here. We're not doing too bad, thankfully. I'll not say your name aloud, as I might set my son off. But yep. What's up, Luke? Nice to see you. Your name sounds like his favourite word. He says it a lot. Scott Noel, nice to see you, mate. Stan says it allows the complete automation. So you're answering what I was asking. Allows complete automation from opening the roof to closing the roof. Adding safety stuff. Autofocus runs on a specific HFR temperature change. One-click operation, one setup. Okay, yeah. Well, for me, the roof thing is, I'm the automation for that. But yeah, I know what you mean. That would be useful having like a proper trigger for it. I can well imagine there's parts of it I would like. It's just I'm too lazy to learn something new. I think if I'm just being real with you. Yeah. I love my three 294s. Bloody hell, man. That's a lot of 294s. Looks fantastic to me. Thank you, mate. AI assistant, AI weather. Try them out. Huh. I've not heard anything about them. Yeah, I'm assuming it's underneath the plugin thing. Let me just swipe over. I'm pretty sure I'm still using a. Oh no, I'm on 3.2. Nina Mike's saying it's 3.3. Needs to get out of beta though before I bother upgrading. What we got? These are my only plugins that I use: Hocus Focus, Live Stack, and I don't even use that. And 3-point polar alignment, which is like a once every 6 month check for me to just click it and go, huh, it's still aligned, and then not use it again. Hashtag observatory things. What's it called? Is it like titled AI? Oh, AI assistant, AI weather. Got ya. May have to check those out then, mate. Yeah, thank you for the heads up on them. Always on the lookout for that kind of thing. That's nifty. I'll be true with you. Most of my weather is done through a quick look at the Met Office, and then my eyes. Seems to be as good as any other method right now. That had a pretty large leap in HFR, didn't it? You see that 194 right there? Why is that one so much higher than the others? It does look a little softer. I wonder if that. No, it's too long back for. Not long enough back for me opening the door. Might have to trigger an autofocus again in a minute. I'm pretty sure temperature must be dropping by now. But all the same, I'm going to forge onwards because we are nearly getting caught up. I'll leave it on this view if it's all the same to you guys. We can see satellites passing by and stuff. It's just a bit more interesting, I think. Looks like micro lensing to you too. Yes, that's what I was thinking, mate. It's so odd because I've not seen it anywhere else in a frame, but I'm wondering whether there's some sort of interference going on, I suppose. I guess that's what diffraction is, with the absolute edge of the aperture for the camera window over there. It's like a big sensor in it. It's a full frame sensor, and could be that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking absolute nonsense. That is also a thing. out of necessity, make ends meet, sadly. I'm sorry to hear that, Milkman. I hope things turn around for you well and truly as quickly as possible, mate. I really do. Support for you as well. That's lovely to see. The only upside of being working at the silly hour from Oxfordshire is that I can do it, well, at least while checking my session. That's really cool, yeah. Also imaging, good to hear that, mate. First light with Gemini autofocuser and Gemini automatic flat panel. Are those the ones? If I'm wrong, you'll have to just correct me, but I could have sworn I've seen that brand for sale on AliExpress for me. I think like blue coloured stuff, if I'm not totally mistaken. I keep looking at it and thinking that looks like pretty good gear for the money, you know what I mean? Mr. Fun says, to be honest, it feels like Ascar is the only option for buying a scope today on a reasonable budget. Yeah, I hear that, mate, to be honest with you. I'm imaging the Eagle Nebula and the Omega with the Zenithstar Z73 and the QHY268C. Nice. Yeah, I wish I could join you, mate. I absolutely love the Eagle Nebula, but it's just not really a thing I can hit so easy. That said, let me just show you. I did, just as the as dawn was breaking, just as dawn was breaking the other morning. Let me fire up this thing here. I got a few shots of M16 right here. So this was the massive total of, wait for it, 6 minutes of integration. But this is what it looks like. This is from the SQA 130 and that QHY 585 camera. Now it's incredibly low on the sky for me, but still I was pretty impressed that 2-3 minute subs came with all that for me to witness, which is pretty darn cool. That is the oxygen. And that is the sulfur. Lots of structure in sulfur on this, isn't there? It's one of those targets where you're missing out, I think, without true narrowband. This was the elephant's trunk. Oops, knocked it off. Sorry. From the other night. I don't know if I showed you this earlier already. This was 18 minutes. All in. 18 minutes. Through cloud, no less, by the way. So tonight's images should be notably better, even though the moon's a touch stronger. You can see that kind of glow from it over there. But we're doing as best. Let's crack on. Let's forge onwards. It's life. Just keep going, right? Well, that is the healthiest way to look at things, I think, mate. It is. You're a trooper. You'll be absolutely fine, buddy. I have no worries at all. In the US, unless you had a pension, I don't know how anyone can actually retire. Yeah. 294 was one of my first cameras. I shoot full frame now. I think I am a hoarder. I'll pass it along. That's fair, mate. Yeah. I had a 294 myself, Casey. It was some time back now. I can try and remember now. I think I bought it from Rother Valley Optics here in the UK. Me and Chloe had a little road trip out there and went and bought it. And I didn't have it long, to be true with you. The camera was a bit of a pain to calibrate, I found, at least consistently. Get it right. And it suffered from, if you're using dual band filters, I don't know. I assume the mono camera's not like this, but the color camera, and Queeve pointed this out in one of his forum posts, I think. It had like an X pattern that you could see, which was just super weird, man. And you couldn't actually really fully correct it properly with flats. So at least that's what I found. So yeah, just a bit off-putting. I didn't have it too long, probably a couple of months. Then I sold that on and went back to Rother Valley Optics and bought a 533. 533 colour, that's what I had, and I was much happier with that. And it wasn't that long after getting that 533 that I tried making my first video that never actually made it onto YouTube. But yeah, so there's some deep lore for you. That happens a lot actually as well. I record plenty of stuff, but a lot of the time, like I'll get it in my editing software and I'm working through it, and I'll just run out of the will to live, and I'm just like, this is crap. I can't upload this. I'll just delete it. It probably would be fine, but it just, yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't feel right sometimes uploading some of the stuff that I don't feel makes the cut. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, more random tangents. I promise I'm not trying to let chat get ahead of me. I'm just chatting with you. But no, all in Casey, I think that's the right choice, mate. If you're not married to it, the 294, just let it go. Let someone else enjoy it. Still have all my cameras, even the DSLR and Star Tracker I started out with. Yeah, these days I'm getting a bit like that, to be honest with you, and I really should let some things go. In fact, while we're on the subject, do you think it would be a useful video idea if I made a video talking about how to get rid of your gear? You know what I mean? Like the ways that I've used in the past. So it would predominantly probably be focusing on things like Astro Buy Sell, because that's available in basically everybody who watches my channel can use that one. Yeah, if you think that might be something useful, showing people who might be afraid of that transaction, how it actually goes, what to watch out for, let me know. It's probably something I could do, because I need to get rid of some stuff. Are you going to take a shot at Refocusing this summer? I don't think I can hit it, mate. Yeah. Let me double check for you, Zella. Yeah, I think it's just a tad bit too low for me. Let me quickly fire up Stellarium. Right. Yeah, you see the problem. So Refocusing is there, and it's like transiting south as we speak. If we could, here we go. So it's going to go through Meridian. What are we talking, like 20 past 1 in the morning, something like that. And yeah, at its highest, how many degrees are we talking here? Let's get the tutorial grid on. Maybe azimuthal grid. I can't remember which way around it is for me to actually get the elevation of this thing. 11 degrees, 12 degrees above the horizon. Just too low. Do you know what I mean? Just too darn low. I know that by about 3 in the morning, something like that, ish. Obviously starting to get light, so I'm against time as well, but I can just hit the Eagle Nebula. Like, that is about the limit of things that I can get down to, and that's what, 22.5 degrees right there. That's about as low as I can go in my southern horizon. Which is pretty bad. But yeah. Figure out where exactly I've put my chat panel. There we go. We got it back. So yeah, for me it's probably a no unless I get out of the house, away to some dark skies, and make an effort to get a clear southern horizon at the exact perfect right time. Mr. Yorkshireman, winter's coming. Yeah. How's it going, mate? Nice to see you anyway. I'm sorry for messing about. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying that ASCAR 120 as well. Not having to set up is a win. It is indeed. Got 15 cameras, Casey. Oh my god, we have meetings for that. Oh, nearly. Cloud Night's classifieds, yeah. Sky Eye, that's right, yeah, 0.8 arc seconds per pixel, nice sampling. I'm going to do a few videos torch testing the Nexus. with a full frame sensor and a 24-inch f3.3 Dob. Ooh, that should be really, really cool, mate. Yeah, I'd love to see some. I know you've done it before, like, but kind of EAA style stuff, even short videos and things like that. I give them to me. I love them. Yeah. I think part of it as well is like seeing someone using gear that I know I can just never have, but I still like to see it get used. Your big Dobs, they're pretty damn cool. For those of you who don't know, by the way, I'm talking to Damien here. He's got his own YouTube channel, and you should absolutely check him out. Feel free to pop a link down below if you want, Damien, or something like that, mate. More than welcome. I've also had a very unfortunate issue with my Uranus C Pro, where the main port seems to have sunk a little in, and it's caused major connection stability. Now I'm wondering what to do. Oh, so your USB connection, I'm assuming. I'm wondering if you can pop the body of the camera off and check the port. You know, make sure it's not actually hitting something. That'd be useful. I've never tried to take one apart. Not had no need to, but yeah, I have heard that Player One support is very helpful, though. So I know that I recommended the cameras to a chap a little while back, and he was happy with everything with it, but he did run into an issue, and I'm grateful to him. Gave me an update and let me know, you know, what the process was actually like, and they shipped a new part to him, a new board basically, and because he was comfortable fitting it himself, it meant he didn't have to ship it away or anything like that. It was just like changing a few connectors in it. But yeah, it's worth getting in contact with Player One and letting them know as well if you want to do that. If I go too big, then I need to get a permit to build. Yeah, the roof is under 100 square feet, no permit needed. One room is your garage 10 feet away, heated all the time. Ah, that's perfect then, mate. Yeah, that's absolutely spot on. Fair play. Well, if you've got the garden room, I would probably keep it. This is just me. To the limit of your size. Do you know what I mean? You're probably gonna always be happy you had that more space. Francesco. What am I talking about? Francesco Botta. Greetings from South London, capturing the Crescent Nebula tonight. My good man. Good on ya. Since you've mentioned it, you have summoned the target. Now I shall deliver. I also took a frame. I think it's this one. One frame, 3 minutes long, on the Crescent Nebula with the SQA. Looks pretty good. Admittedly, I should probably have refocused by this point, as it looks good, but I don't know, it doesn't look quite as crispy as the other subs to me. But anyway, I did have a go, and I want to show you that, so there you go. Good luck on your capture anyway, Francesco. Wishing you all the best for it. Ben says, I had to limit to 200 square feet on yours. Got ya, yeah. Dual rig, you might have a height problem, unless you did side by side. That's fair. 10 feet seems long enough. Might go 8 foot wide. Appear takes up less room than a tripod. Yeah. I mean, if you took it like to the limit, you know, you got 100 square feet, do a 10 by 10 and really milk it if you can, and maybe you could get like 4 piers in there if you're going to have smaller rigs, but you could certainly go much smaller if you're going to focus on one main pier and then some carry out rigs, which really isn't that bad if you have somewhere flat to put them. Just an option for you anyway. I don't know what the rest of your garden's like, that kind of thing. Last calls, by the way, if you want to upload anything to the Discord. I want to see your new gear, what you've been up to, if you're imaging, that kind of thing, like say rig selfies, whatnot. Whap them out for us. Let's see. I'm going to be moving over to that side of things in just a sec. Got them side by side, and the guide in between runs great. Throw a third of the subs away. Wow. That's properly rough, yeah. That would seem like it's well worth trying to synchronize everything up. I say that like you haven't thought of it. I realise. I'm sorry, Ben. Freezing down here in Melbourne. Yeah. 31 in Texas tomorrow. Get in, we've got you beat, Mike, for once. I'll take a win of any type. Even if it means I'm going to get roasted. Yeah, looks like we're set for 32 tomorrow here. So, hey, look, a degree is a degree. It's a win. Usually, every time I'm complaining about how warm it is, someone will like come swanning in who lives in Death Valley in an RV, and they're like, "It's 60 degrees here. Shut up." Always happens. Or if I'm cold, there'll be someone like from Norway. Ugh. You'll love to see it though. Watch Nico's home-built observatory video like 10 times. Oh yeah. It's a good series, that, you know, innit? He's so bloody good at making videos. Dean, nice to see you, Dean. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Don't know why the micro four thirds sensor I like. I'm so used to amp glow it doesn't bother me. The only thing the 294 gets on my nerves is trying to get long exposures for flats. Yes, I remember that. One of the things that bugged me too, because you needed your flats to be, crikey, what's the rules now? Like above 4 seconds, below 7 or something silly like that. I can't quite remember, but yeah, that were always a bit of a pain in the ass. Dogged Man, greetings, Luke from cloudy Maryland. Nice to have you here. We're in the middle of 2 weeks of nothing but clouds at night. Bloody hell. Well, that balances things out a little bit, because a chap from Florida on my Patreon was letting me know that they're in the middle of a drought at the minute, and he's been basically imaging since Christmas, clear every night practically where he is. So, good God, yeah, that must be knackering, to be honest. By that point, I'd be praying for some clouds. Got the Gemini autofocus and Gemini flat panel. They work rock solid. That's cool. Yeah, all my autofocus are Gemini. Wonderful. Good to hear. SQH stunning. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. Again, the Gemini autofocus and flat panel, AliExpress and black. Okay, I got the color wrong. That's definitely on me. Focus is okay. ZWO1 is better. All right. Game changer for me is automated flat panels. Yeah, I think even in my observatory, you know, maybe I'm just getting lazy. This could well be what's going on. But even in my observatory now, I'm using refractors at the minute. I would love to have a pair of like flat panels that just flipped up. Oh, so nice. I think it really adds something to it for me. But yeah, thank you, Ben. Only ever used Gemini autofocus. What makes the ZWO better? Most important question is, did you get to sample all the biscuits suggested in the last stream? I have been on a bit of a biscuit quest, but I haven't been brave with it, Dean. I'll be honest with you. I have I've been running true to type, and it's been mainly, you know, the standard stuff, straying as far as maybe a bit of Garibaldi here and now and again, but even that's feeling adventurous these days. A fig roll is perhaps about the extent of my bravery. Yeah. I'll get my mojo back. I'll be trying all kinds of things soon. Don't worry about it. Rob, nice to see you, Rob. My mate Rob there, by the way, Seven Skies Astro. He's also got a channel. I'm probably sure there's someone else in the chat as well who's got a channel too, and I'm not shouting them out, and I'm sorry about that. If you do, let me know. Yeah, you know, by all means, if you're here, you're hanging out with me, you're a friend. Feel free to give yourselves a little shout on the chat there, guys. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Hope you're all well. I am indeed, mate. Thank you. Hope the same for you anyway. Little session going in. Extremely low target at the minute. Nice. I'm planning on getting the Player One Artemis M Pro as my first astronomy camera, which is the equivalent of the 294mm Pro. Would you recommend it? I wouldn't, Brody. To be honest, no. Like I say, I feel like the 294 is it'd like, what can I liken it to? I'm looking for a good analogy. I don't know why. It'd be like buying a plasma TV when we'd moved on to OLEDs, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like you're buying the previous generation technology. Just wouldn't seem like the best move. I would personally wait a little bit longer if the obviously we're all working to a budget, but if that's the concern that's forcing you towards something like the Micro Four Thirds 294 cameras, I would personally just wait a bit and get yourself a 2600 when you can. A 2600 from any brand. I love Player One stuff, don't get me wrong, but a 2600 from any brand is going to be a lot more fun for you to use than the 294 would be. And that's just me. I hate to sound like a 294 hater, but I've had some hands-on experience with them, and yeah, I just weren't mad about them. Supra, how is it going, mate? It's nice to see you, and I'm proud of what you're doing with your art. It's very nice to see what you've been putting out there, mate. I often see your posts pop up on Instagram. I always give them a like, dude. Yeah, I've not been doing bad though, thank you, and I hope that you're doing well too. I've got two. Yes, Brody, I think Player One's my next good camera purchase. Yeah, I do like Player One as a brand for sure, but I'm not sure about buying a 294 in 2026. Bought a couple of eyepieces from Astro Buy Sell. Good here in Canada. Yes, I've always had good experiences with it, but yeah, normal online selling rules apply. You got to be careful, haven't you? One SV bonnet that worked great for me. That's fair. Greetings from Suffolk. Imaging NGC 7K for the night. Nice. Yes, mate. Lovely target. How are you setting up the 130? Give us equipment specs and filter accessory choices. It's coming, Casey. Don't you worry, brother. Yeah. Right. So I've got the SK 130. Obviously, as you see it right there. I've got the ZWO EAF on it because it goes on in like 5 minutes and works perfectly. Currently, I've got it rigged up with the QHY Minicam 8, so that's just a 585 mono camera with its own little set of filters for the wheel. Works absolutely fine. My only complaint with that, I think, is just occasionally the blue filter can throw a small halos. Not blue. Total misspeak. Oxygen filter can throw small halos on very bright stars, but that's one of those things. You don't have to settle for a QHY Minicam 8. There's lots of options out there, but a 585 I think is a great pairing for this camera, even though for this telescope, even though it can support an enormous sensor. I like that fine punched in view. It works nice for me, and I'm enjoying it. That said, it does almost seem a shame to only be using a 585 on such a wonderfully big imaging circle. But yeah, it's got its upsides and downsides. And as to guiding, anyway, Casey, I'm using the EvoGuide 50 ED with a Player One. Goodness me, what's the name? Apollo M Mini as the guide camera. So that's what I'm running. If I could change some things on my rig right now, I would probably I'd probably be looking at narrower filters and maybe off-axis guiding, that kind of thing. Just nice little tweaks here and there, mate, but it's not going to make too much odds, so I'm not stressing myself about it. Do you know what I mean? There's bigger fish to be frightened of. That's definitely not the saying, but let's just agree to pretend that it is. ZWO has more steps, so more detailed. Okay, so it's more a finer resolution, more steps per rotation. I'm with you. Firmware of the Gemini was an adventure. Dev team had to send it to me via Google Drive. You know you're in the absolute pits when the dev team are in contact with you, dude. But no, I'm glad to hear it's sorted for you. One of the things that always pushes me towards ZWO EAF focuses, even though they're kind of expensive for what they are, right? It's just the fact that I love ASIA, and I don't know at any point when I'm going to spring it on myself that I want to just fling an ASIA based camera or something on a rig and want to still be able to autofocus it. So that's why really I've focused on them for my rigs. Right. Getting the old classic live stream itchy nose. Those of you who are veterans here will be familiar with that. You know, it's a good live stream when that happens. I am going to go siphon the Python, and then we're going to jump on the Discord. So I'll be back in 2 ticks. Yeah. Right, I'm back. I wouldn't mind. We just have a second. Captured a time lapse just there of my StarSterminator. I just want to see if it's turned out okay. Real quick, I guess all the same to you. Behind the scenes footage on the live stream. How about that? This is what we're here for. In case you're in Windows going doo-dunk, doo-dunk, that's me, not you. Don't worry. This. Yes, that's it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty nice. The red light there, me going out and measuring the width between the piers, I think. Oh, that's pretty nice, you know. I do like that. I wish we were in a darker location, you know what I mean, and I could really make some nice captures of the Milky Way. Oh, God. Promise this isn't a Vidal Sassoon advert. It's just, I've been wearing my hair back to get it out of my eyes, and it kind of makes your scalp hurt after a bit. I'm going to have to let it go. There we go. I'll do the rest of the stream like this. Is that all okay for you guys? I think that's fine, isn't it? No, much more comfortable. Right, that's absolutely fine. I'll leave that on that card. And yeah, no, that's me. I just saw that there. Ba-dunk. Your imaging session has ended. Better be a good YouTube guy, and I get my next camera battery in and on charge and ready. That is one thing I don't like about my mirrorless camera, the Canon R8. Battery life for video is not the best. It's not bad, not the best. Right, let's crack on a little bit. I'm gonna keep up with chat, but I keep saying I'm gonna do the Discord thing and not getting around to it, so we're gonna do it. Open Discord. Right. Ladies and gentlefolk, let's just we'll minimize that a minute. We'll keep the chat on the screen, and we will make it match my bonds about there. That looks decent to me. Discord, drag that on. Oh, the professionalism. How about that? Right. This is really why you come in it. It's high level tech tips like this. This kind of thing, you know. I understand it. Yeah. Yeah, I understand it. Right. If you want one for your refractors, you're looking at around 150. Great to see you live again. Keep it up. Thank you, Jim. Do appreciate that, buddy. I really do. So first of all, let's have a look at Astro gear. See what people have been doing. Let me just scroll up a little bit, Rooney. So this is what last thing I saw. Someone mentioned I should try to contact them, and that went about as well as you would expect. Kieran Williams got his roof on wheels. Let's have a look then. Oh, look at that. That's a good moment. Oh yes, good on you, Kieran. I love it. Yeah, that's super cool. Back to you, poor AM5. Image train still to come, waiting for delivery. Oh yes. Is that a Rasa? Is that an 11? If that's an AM5, that must be an 11. That looks massive on it. Good grief. You're brave if you're watching this. Holy crap, dude. And that is an absolutely radical Millennium Falcon. Like your amp stack as well. Holy hell, dude. That's a lot. Mine upgrade to the remote rig. Let's have a peek. What's going on here with this colour then? Gold. I don't think I've seen gold gear before. Well, I have seen gold gear before, and it was like previously anodized black, and it kind of got sun bleached, but it goes pretty hard, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It looks good. I like it. Side by side rig though, like we were talking about. That's nice, dude. Last time I was able to image, I left the observatory roof open the following morning, fell asleep and woke up in the afternoon to see it raining. Oh. Now that's a nightmare scenario. Tell me the name of your YouTube channel, I'll subscribe. That's kind of you, dude. Mine worked out of the box for both Ascom and K-Stars. Okay. Got the Poseidon C Pro and it's excellent. Yes, mate. I like the Poseidon for sure. See that and appreciate, mate. Mando turned out amazing. Nice. That's really, really good too, dude. Got the flat panel this week. AF needed a firmware reset. Nothing too bad. Good to know. Pisani says, went down the 294 route. Trust me, save up and get the 2600 so much better. You see, this is the thing, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah, not just me saying it, I suppose. It's easy for me to like recommend these things. I know it costs more. I do understand that. And I know that's probably going to push your purchase back, but I would always rather give someone advice that I think is what I would do. Do you know what I mean? Knowing what I know right now, which in my case would be to just wait a little bit and get the right thing down the line. C8 work. Oh, so this is Claire's C8. I like the digitized tapo footage as well. That's very dramatic. It looks like we're on an episode of Crime Watch or something like that. Oh yeah. Nice though. I'm really pleased to see you giving that that old tube a new lease of life. That's cool. Rodwi. That's a neat little rig. A nice little side by side. And I've got time for the shower cap on the back as well. I appreciate that. And may I comment on just how incredibly over-mounted that OTA is? It looks like a 150 PDS or something like that on an EQ8. Goodness gracious. Yeah, better over-mounted than under-mounted though, eh? Monstrous. Nice setup, mate. Oh yeah, you can have some fun with those. I've just the minorest little worry about cables hanging down and these upwards facing prongs. I used to do that too myself, you know, like hanging handles down. You might be better off facing it up, as daft as that sounds. Should be a little bit harder for things to get caught in there. Is usually when they're going to pull, they're going to be pulling up and straining rather than pulling down. Just a little tip. Nice rig. Lovely big pier on that, isn't there? Yeah, that's good to see. I've done this too on my my second pier. Mount a power strip to one side. Just makes sense, doesn't it? What's going on? What's going on here then? Because it looks like the back focus is extended for some reason. That's like the 16.5. That's the 21. That's the 6.5. Oh, sorry, 11 nose piece adapter for the 6.5 camera, giving you like 55 to there back focus. And that looks like another 15mm 16.5 on the back. It's quite odd, but yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Julian. What's this one? Who's posted this? Oh, it's another one from Julian. Sorry. Just me being dumb. Awesome. Nice to see people's rigs. Do we have anything new in not Astro Photos? I love catching up with what people have been up to. I've seen some of these. These were amazing pictures. Goodness gracious me. Look at the like the telephoto compression on that is something I absolutely love to see. Good God, you get a sense of scale from that. That really is incredible. I can't help but feel like if I lived somewhere like this, I'd love it, but I'd also have to be like using a telescope during the day just to look around those mountains. Or would it not be as incredible as it sounds? I don't know. I remember we once went on holiday. Well, in fact, I'll tell you the full story. It was the first time we ever went abroad on holiday, and I was a kid. This was the year 2001. I think it was 2001. We went to Tenerife, to a place called Los Gigantes, and it was like used for previously some of the spaghetti western filmings and that kind of thing, so you can get an idea of the place was like. And one of the only things to do there, it was so quiet, I remember, was look at the Los Gigantes mountains with a pair of binoculars that I bought from a little shop there, and I still have those binoculars to this day. But yeah, a bit of a random memory for you there, but sort of related. Lovely shots. I'll do a little bit of catching up with you in chat. We'll pop back into that in just a second. Cloudy all week. Tried to get out and do some imaging over a couple of weeks ago. Rig did not want to track greatly. Oh, that's grim, dude. OAG with the Minicam 8 is working well for me. Oh, nice. Do I have to stop and pause guide on filter change? That's fair enough, yeah. Quick left, we must fill the chat. I see. Which is easy to use, ASA or Stellar Vita? Anyone have experience with both? More, you could probably write off my experience with Stellar Vita, dude. But had a lot of good experiences with ASI Air for me. But don't write off Stellar Vita fully, because some people have had great times with it. Well, I have a second thought you had a Python. Oh God. I'm in the Nina camp and getting told to learn new things. That's fair, Mike, yeah. Never too old, though. Never too old. Especially not a young sprite of a thing like you, sir. I tell you what, you must have some energy. I'll tell you that, Mike. I see all the things you're up to. Sending rigs off to Starfront and such. I've heard the similar, but Stellar Vita will let you have a lot more choice. Yeah, that's totally true. This is like the walled garden argument, though, isn't it? Yes, you've got access to more gear with the Stellar Vita, and when it's working, that's only a good thing. Equally, and I'm going to sound like a ZWO shill or something here, I promise. I'm bloody not. I wish I was. I wish I was on the ZWO payroll. That'd simplify things. But ZWO being locked down means that your gear is pretty much guaranteed to work properly. If it's on the compatibility list, it's going to work, which is a really nice situation to find yourself in. As it typically turns out, the ZWO gear is good gear. Well, I've heard the similar. Sorry, yeah. I'm on the ASI. Don't know if they changed it, but if you were locked to ZWO products, true. Anyone had an issue with the Dwarf Mini battery 20% issue? I've not heard of the issue, dude. No, sorry. That time-lapse is great. It is. Yeah, I liked it. Slightly panicked by the disconnect noise. Where I've learned watching YouTube reviews. I'm just not very computer savvy. Work construction my whole life now. Do auto body for a change. No need for computer stuff in either trade. Hey, you know what? My dad used to do... I suppose you'd call it auto body. It were resprays and minor body repairs for cars is what he did. Then it were mechanics. This is all from stories he told me. I wasn't even alive at this point when he was doing all this kind of stuff. Then he got radically into motorbikes and gave that curse to me as well. So yeah, I really honestly I was set to become a motorcycle mechanic. That was what I was going to do, but it all just didn't pan out that way. You know what I mean? Some nice setups, people. Thank you for sharing. Indeed, mate. Yeah. Look at this panorama. Goodness gracious. That's ridiculous. Beautiful. Mate, I could look at these all day. Sometimes the enemy has beauty. I'll have to go back and have a quick check at these off stream, but yeah, their clouds sometimes are really rather pretty, aren't they? And surge there as well. Absolutely, they are. I've considered almost semi-jokingly, semi-not making a video where we aim to capture pictures of clouds instead. Knowing my luck, though, would end up with an unmatched clear streak the minute I wanted to start recording. But yeah, let's go have a quick check at the the images, and then we'll check back in on my rigs and see what's going on as well. Oops. Right, I'm fueled up, ready to go. Rodway's Elephant Trunk Hubble Palette. One of my favourite images. I can see why, buddy. It is a very nice colour palette you've employed there. Nice, yeah. There's obviously some noise coming through and some small amount of purple hues as well going on. I don't know if you're looking for feedback though, so you'll have to let me know if you want me to give you the full feedback experience, as I know not everybody is looking for that kind of thing. Where are you even going to start, Mike? I really don't know, mate. It's got out of hand on it. You know what though? I'm so pleased. In a way, I'm pleased. On the other hand, I feel terrible because I feel like I'm letting people down by not getting through them all. And that is a very real bad feeling. But equally, I'm so pleased that people are using this part of the Discord really frequently, aren't there? There's tons of images getting uploaded. And it's just lovely. Yeah, it's nice that people are sharing like that. It helps us all stay inspired and be like, man, that looks cool. I want to try and do that or whatnot. But yeah, where I'm going to start, I think we'll just start at the top. Take it from the top, as they say. Rodway's Eagle. Nice. It's a little bit compressed, sadly. So I should have mentioned this earlier on. When you're uploading to Discord, it is best to try to upload as a PNG rather than a JPEG, as it seems like JPEGs, of course, they're initially compressed. They might look okay on your PC screen, but once they get uploaded to Discord, it appears it does like a lossy secondary compression, which can ruin the views a little bit. Maybe a bit overcooked, but I like it. It's nice, dude. Yeah, it's cool. Cosmic Bat. What was that? Sorry, I missed there. 6 hours. Ioptron 10-inch. SV Bonnie SV405C and an EQ8. Nice. Tough target. That, yeah. Don't feel bad, Luke. So proud of the community posting great images for us to see them. Yeah. I'm glad you're on the same page, Mike. Yeah. It is lovely to see that people are using it and people are reacting to the images. Cool. Look at this. An asteroid passed through. Oh, that's really neat. You can see the collimation shift as well. Yeah, you can see something going on, can't you? That's weird. Oh, I'm ever so sorry for yawning. Shortly after the M106 shot, collimation was definitely off. No help from the bad mirror design. The full width half max was around 273 arcsec. Okay. I'll tell you what, mate, it looks bloody good all the same. Nice and detailed. Lots of nice tight texture in the core of that galaxy there. You love to see it. I can see what you mean about the like slight eccentricity that's crept in on the stars and a little bit of misshapen corners. Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's not overly distracting. To center where it matters, where we're looking, looks good. So yeah, that's nice. Oh, excuse me. Ben, right, I see now. So I know who you are. The Triffid. This is another one of them targets I'd absolutely love to hit, I've toyed with the idea just to try and get a shot of this thing one time of climbing onto my observatory roof with the sea star and setting up there with the tripod as tall as I can get it and see if I can actually capture a shot of this thing. I was able to like just capture it one of these past summers, but my neighbour's trees are growing at the bottom of the garden, and every year that they grow I lose a little bit more of my southern horizon, so yeah, it sucks a touch, but there you go. I'm Rodway, old angle from long ago. Oh, fair enough, dude. Did you want, by the way, the feedback side of things on your shots? If you're not bothered, dude, I honestly, it doesn't matter at all. You're doing cracking, so don't worry about it. R-Tube M106. Consider this to be my first good shot out of the big black tube, trademarked. Still a lighter 10-inch f4 with a Uranus C Pro. It has some great guiding on my NEQ6, but I don't think calibration was the best. Okay. 240, 1 minute subs. 4 hours there. GradientXTerminator for denoising, and Astrosurface for polishing and sharpening. Been a while since I've heard of Astrosurface. Last time I was hearing about that was folks using it for processing like lucky imaging stuff, that kind of thing. Any feedback appreciated on that one? Okay, so I shall give you it. You've done a really wonderful job in terms of detail that you've achieved on this, mate. It's lovely. So the Galaxy, I like the semi. I think muted would be the wrong word, but I hope you'll get the impression that I'm trying to give with that. Just doesn't look overdone, oversaturated, and I really like that for this Galaxy. I think it looks nice and natural, very believable. It's like one of those spaceship views, you know, like you can imagine seeing it through a spaceship window, kind of thing. The thing that I would most suggest to work on would be this background noise. So the noise grain itself has become quite pronounced, and almost like the noise grain has been sharpened at the same time as the real stuff that you want to sharpen. So if at all you could mask the Galaxy or something and just leave that as is, and then process out some more noise in that background, that would take this image up another notch. And the final thing to touch upon is that there's a background color bias on the image, shifting from, well, really purples and blues across the image in a few different spots. Not so much blotchy, but you know what I mean. It's there, you can see it. The black point itself seems to be fine, though. It's that color bias in the background. Very nice shot though. And now I've given myself hiccups, so that's absolutely cracking. All these were unfortunately shots uploaded from my phone, and it likes to convert things. Gotcha, mate. Yeah, fair enough. Well, oops. I'll just give you this one real quick. Hopefully you can see on my stream here, Ben. I know it's like we're viewing a compressed stream of a compressed image, so it's it's never going to be ideal. But right, there's some noise that we could potentially get rid of if even if you're using a free tool, like R-Tube there we're just mentioning. GradientXTerminator, if you've got access to something on your PC where you can use that suite, can now do denoising for you. So if you want a free option, that's a really good option that can help you with that. So it'd get rid of some of this background noise. And there's one other final thing that you might wish to do, and that's to correct like the magenta that's creeping in and the purple fringing sort of thing. It is tackleable. I honestly don't find it overly distracting on your image right here, but I just want to mention it because some other people would. Do you know what I mean? It almost sounds crazy pointing out, because I don't know if you remember some of like the Hubble images. They have this coloration too, with like the magenta fringing on stars. It's one of those things now that gets thrown around a lot. Astrosurface's peak planetary processing program at the moment, right? So that's the bleeding edge, is it, Damien? Have you had the chance to try out SharpGap's Pro's planetary live stacking? I think it's really good, but I know it's never going to be as good as someone who's like willing to go absolutely whole hog and work through things manually and drizzle your data up, that kind of thing. But I would just be interested to hear, if you tried it, what you thought of it, really. So this one's a little too compressed really to pass much judgment on. But it's a nice natural looking shot, I can tell you that much. The black point's a bit high though, and what I mean by that is the background levels, what should be space grey, you know, like a really dark grey, almost black, is more instead of like a light grey. So that's something, if you could pull it down, set your black levels lower, that will help the rest of the image stand out and really let the centerpiece be the centerpiece. As it is, it's almost fighting with the rest of the background. I've been using it mainly for no problem at all, buddy. Actually, I've been using it mainly for sharpening, but compared to Cyril, its color management is much better in terms of things like color balance and saturation. Also, the HDR tool is a bit helpful. I've really been enjoying Lucky Stack Worker 7 for planetary processing. These names. Awesome. After shooting my Dwarf, I really want to try some shots with my DSLR cam. Tracking mounts pricey. They are, mate, yeah. M82. Again, just black point's a bit high. Most of the rest of the image though I do like. And I'll tell you, M82 is bloody hard to color balance, I think. It's one of those I've always had a wrestle on my hands with whenever I want to try and get an image to come together. M82, you're always going to have a scrap on your hands with it, at least for me. Hank, good to see you. Nice to have you here on a live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. The Flying Bat, I think the colour in the actual dark nebula is really good. Again, noise is predominant and background levels are a bit high, but it's a hard target. I think you've done well to capture it, do you know what I mean? So, yeah. R-Tube, I don't know if I gave you feedback on the M106. I did, didn't I? I mentioned. There's a bit of noise though, of course. Same thing as we saw on your other Galaxy image. That if that was tackled, the rest of it is spot on for me, mate, I think. Stan. Oh, mate. My latest capture, processing help from Caleb Jordan. Okay. M81. So we were just talking about getting the colour out of M81, and it looks like Stan, the man, has done so. Blimey. Let's have a little look at this then. So 1600mm Pro, Evo Star 80 ED, all mounted on an EQ6, LRGB HA. Okie dokie. Very nice. Yeah. She's a beaut, Stan. I don't know if you're here in chat, mate, but it's that's a nice shot. Heck of a lot of background. What did we... Someone corrected me in chat, I can't remember. It's Interstellar Flux Nebula. Is that? Yeah, something like that anyway. IFN. Let's keep it simple. Yeah, hell of a lot of IFN showing through. Lovely. If you wanted any feedback, I know you'd probably be okay with it, Stan, so I will offer it to you. I think the core of both Galaxies is wonderful. Some of the outer extents and IFN are fractionally soft for me. Hello, son. Just one second, guys. I'm just going to put my son in an appropriate boob position. Oops. Nearly legged myself up then. That'd have been fun on stream. Just got completely flying. Yeah. Right then, you're here, Stan. Super. So where were I? Yeah, I was saying it's absolutely, it is a beautiful shot. I love the framing too as well, that you've managed to capture this third galaxy in there. I do like that. Just slight softness on some of the outer edges. That'd be my only thing. If you could somehow retain a touch more, even if it looked noisier, because it's so like smooth and clean. Even if the cost was a bit more noise, to me that personally, that trade would be worth it. But I love how much star colour you've retained. Colour in the galaxies is wonderful. As I said before, I know it's a bloody fight getting good colour from this galaxy, or at least I always find it so. So yeah, well done, mate. Well done. There's a lot to like with that shot. I wanted to post a wide field shot, but it's 70 meg in PNG. Ooh, that's a big old PNG. Good morning. Yes. Oh, I said hello, didn't I, Hank? Good as it gets. That's all we can ever hope for, mate. Good to know. Now I don't feel bad about my M81, M82. I haven't posted it since I just did not like it myself. Yeah, it's I don't know, mate, what it is about them two, but they're a bear to process. Or at least, like I say, I've always found it so. So this is another one from Stan. Latest image of the Veil Nebula. Almost 100 hours. Oh, and a 9-panel mosaic. You're an animal. In the best way. Goodness gracious me. 533 MC Pro. Evo Star ATD. So a one-shot color camera, L-enhanced filter, and that same telescope. That's eye-popping, mate. That is quite something. Let me just soak this in for a minute. Oh yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That's beautiful, mate. Yeah, that's beautiful. No feedback needed, I'd say. It's obviously very purposefully eye-popping processing, and I don't blame you. Where we're looking at a, you know, remnants of a blimmin' explosion, aren't we? So on a cosmic scale, let's have it be a bit ferocious. That looks absolutely wonderful. I particularly like, by the way, how you've managed to have these discrete bands of colour running through it. You know what I mean? There's some reds there going into coppers, golds, yellows, teal, into more, you know, blues right there. Fabulous, mate. Yeah. What feedback can I give you on that? Do more. Do whatever that is. More. That's really, really awesome. Not yet, but open to it on average next scene when I do a stream with one of the dobs. Ah, got you, mate. Yeah, if the scene is good, I'll just do my normal routine. Ah. Fair enough then, Damien. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you think of that anyway when you get the chance. It is one of them things where it's just a couple of minutes to set up and you'd be absolutely flying with it, I'm sure. But I'm sure the views would be something else through one of your telescopes, man. Holy hell. Should post it in a fully boosted server. Ah, got you. Wow. The TIFF for this one is 1.2 gig. That's pretty big, mate. You know what? Actually, that is massive, but the full frame, where is it now? I've got one I can show you. SQA 130, maybe, is that? Yeah, they're popping out at 733 meg, just baseline full frame data. That's ridiculous. Obviously, yours is like getting on for twice as big as that, but yeah, it's a pain in the ass, I think, sometimes, the high megapixel cameras for me. Right, I'll crack on with this a little bit more. Alexander's M13. I do love an M13. Yeah, beautiful object. Looks a little bit compressed. Nice shot though, mate. All in. I can see there's plenty of colour in the stars there, which is always a good sign. Background levels are high. Too high realistically, so you know, the more a light grey, I would definitely always urge you to go darker on something like this, where it's a true starry showcase, if you like. There's not much going to get lost in the background, but it'll bring your foreground focus like leaping off the page if you're brave with that background. Don't crush it, of course. Don't squash it all the way to black, but you know, if it was set a bit darker, like stands here, for example, just, you know, or even like this, if you want to take it a step darker. This is normally too dark for most astrophotography, but for a cluster it'd be great. But hopefully that's actionable feedback for you. Looks to me like there's a, hard to see. I keep having to check like off axis on my my screen and make sure I'm not seeing angle induced like tilt color shift that you sometimes get. I think most TV screens have like a polarizing layer that can swap things a little bit as you move your head around, but it looks to me like there's a faint background green bias on this one, but it is not much. Walter, nice to see you, Walter. Hope you're doing well, mate. I'm always late to the party. No wrong with that. No wrong with that. Klaus, one from Klaus here. The Crescent Nebula captured over 3 nights using a dwarf mini. Bloody heckers. 675 90-second subs. Am I reading that right? Captured with a dwarf mini. That's fantastic. I mean, yeah, there's some patches of noise and things like that on it, but good grief, guys. A bloody smart telescope that's a little bigger than my phone. Whacking out images like this. Insane. Absolutely nuts. Keep on keeping on there, Klaus. That's really cool to see. Richard's Astrophotography, M64 Black Eye Galaxy. Probably the last of my Galaxy season with some summer nebulae coming back. Very nice. Trying to trust my data more with what I capture. Okay. Had enough of galaxies now, I need nebulas back. Edge 11, 533 MM Pro, and 10 hours of combined RGB. Alright, so it's got loads of detail when viewed like this. It looks pushed fractionally far when zoomed in. I would say, oh, thank you for joining, Hank. Appreciate the support, mate. Thank you. Lost my train of thought momentarily. Yes, so when zoomed in, it looks pushed fractionally too far, but when viewed like this, it's absolutely fine. Background levels are just a touch dark for me. Not much though. It's close to being spot on. The colour balance is off a bit. I know that this should be coming out a bit more like a milky, whitish colour around here, but instead it's popping up as sandy brown sort of thing, with flecks of purple almost creeping in there too as well. So it could do with the colour balance, but other than that, there's a lot of potential there. So thank you for sharing that, Richard. Look up Two Rivers Observatory. From a mini, that's good stuff. It is, mate. Yeah, it is. I'm always surprised to see that kind of thing. One thing I would say, if it's possible somehow to get the colours more shifted towards reds for this, because when everything's all kind of one copper brown, you lose some of that punch, I think, on the image. I think is probably the best word I can pick right now. It definitely looks different, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Going from something like this, paying no attention to anything other than the coloration, to something more classically red, if you like. But yeah, I can't, you know, you can't knock it. Bloody smart telescope. ARP 105. Wow. Edge 925 Poseidon M. That's a stunner, you know. Goodness gracious. All these background galaxies as well. Fantastic. Phil, well, I don't know if you've already used it, but if you haven't, I feel like it could stand some BlurXTerminator, this one, because it looks like there's so much detail about to leap off the screen, but it hasn't been taken just quite far enough for me. But it is still extremely beautiful. The colouring's spot on, by the way, and the black point's spot on too as well. I think that's just nice for this image. Yeah, if the detail could have been just took one brave step further, that'd have been absolutely incredible. But there's some really subtle processing going on here. I can see that the image has been heavily compressed, so I wouldn't be surprised to hear that the actual real image that Brian's done here probably looks a shit ton better than what I'm able to see on Discord right here. But yeah, awesome shot and a really, really interesting target. So good on you, Brian. Another one from Klaus, North American Pelican Nebula with the Dwarf Mini. So he has achieved these reds with the Dwarf, just a different processing method on that one, I suppose. 90-second subs in EQ mosaic mode using a dual narrowband filter. Honestly blown away by the Dwarf Mini. Automatic processing, yeah. I hear that, mate. Cracking again, you know. Bloody smart telescopes. Hour and a half. Nuts. I'm glad to see, you know, that smart telescopes are doing well, shall we say. Where are we at on this, by the way? I see we're closing in on the getting on towards the end of the night now, but we've still got a bit of time, I suppose. My throat's going though. Looks like we're having some, I don't know, is it brightening off a little bit? I wonder if we've got some passing cloud and such. We had a lot of thin cloud last night. It was hard to see at times, easy to see at others, but it made most of the night's data not really usable. That stuff I've been showing you earlier on in the stream. Where are we at now? My YouTube's crashed as usually, so I don't know how long we've been live, but just to confirm, are we still live? It looks like we are on my end of things, but I can never be completely sure. I've just seen a new message coming from Dean, so I'm hoping that we are. Love the smart smokes are getting better. Anything that lowers the barrier to entry. Couldn't have said it better, Dean. Fully agree, mate. Yeah, fully agree. That's what it's all about. 2 hours streaming. So okay, so it's all live still. Thank you very much indeed for letting me know that, guys. It's always something I'm concerned about. I've had it before. It happens rarely, where, you know, we'll have a crash like that, and I'm talking to myself for 5 minutes. But yeah, another one from Henk. Beautiful. All the data from the C-Star S50. So this is white light Barda filter C-Star S50. Look at that. I tell you what, you can't knock that. Very nice. Thanks very much, guys. I do appreciate that. Are we still enjoying the stream? Is there anything you'd like to see, by the way, while you've still got me? Is there anything I do that you think is bad for the stream? Do let me know. I've got thick enough skin. I can take it. As long as you don't say existing, Luke. That'd be a bit rough. Target one of my nemesis. I do it every year and find it tricky to process. Quite a lot of detail in this image. Edge 11 with reducer. 533 mm Pro. 13 hours combined. Processed in PixInsight. Staying alive. Hey, I do look a little bit Bee Gees tonight, mate, with this big hair going on. So, yeah, I'm always down for that. Okay, so I think the colours is done a largely very nice job. The core looks biased towards blue rather than like a whiter, lighter colour. But the rest of it, actually, I think he's got just about spot on colour-wise. Background, fractionally bright, not a big deal. The thing that I would give as feedback for this, Richard, if you're still here or if you see this, it just looks a little overcooked. Like there's been too much sharpening going on, and it gets to the point where it starts to look more like an AI hallucination than the real object itself. I mean that with the greatest of gentleness and respect. I don't mean it like anything bad. I'm just letting you know that it looks a little overdone for me. If you like it, by the way, tell me to piss off. That's absolutely okay. Just more live streams if you can. That's fair enough, mate. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them then. Normally I watch them after the fact. Well, thank you, Hank. And you're enjoying it as well, Ben. That's really awesome today, guys. I do always, worry, what am I doing? Am I doing things wrong, right? Whatever. That's just the kind of person I am, I suppose. I second guess myself all the time. It looks like I've seen this. Yeah, congratulations on the Mini. Oh, man. M13 and on the Sun as well. I'm really glad to see Klaus is enjoying that Mini, I was really impressed with it, genuinely, I was. It was another one of those things, where I get something in for review and it ends up being really hard to find negative things to report on it, and it just it makes your review look a bit biased, but yeah, if something's good, it's good, isn't it? There's nothing, but what would be point in picking it apart just for the sake of it? That'd be equally as bad, I reckon. What am I looking at here? It looks like an open cluster. WASP cluster. Well, I think it's the first time I've ever seen the WASP cluster. I can see what it, like, looks like the swarming. Protecting a hive or something, I'm guessing. Nifty. Well, an interesting choice of target there, mate. Nice, deep, dark background. A little bit of star colour coming through. Cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing it. Biscuit sampling live stream. It's on the agenda. The gaming live stream. Do you know, Brody? Brother, I honestly, I keep thinking about it. Mini tangent, if you'll indulge me. I sometimes get like these creative bursts going on where I feel like I've just got this pent up energy to do something, and Astro is usually my outlet for that. Like I can make a YouTube video or whatever it is, that sort of thing. Occasionally I get it where I want to actually create something and share it wider though as well. So out, on a channel outside of a Astro space. And the gaming would have been great for that, because there's been some absolutely bloody banging games come out just recently. But I second guess myself all the time with it. Even though deep down, I know I've built some communication skills through doing this. I have spent a lot of time in front of a camera. So it's not that much of a pressure in itself, but the biggest issue I have is me talking myself out of it most of the time. But yeah, mini side bit there for you. I really did enjoy it, when I was doing those few gaming live streams and stuff early on my second channel. We were playing The Witcher and things. Yeah, it's your stream. You can do whatever you like. If you don't like it, and go and watch someone else. But here we are. So no, I honestly, bro, I appreciate that. I do. like listening to Bob Ross. Very enjoyable and relaxing. That is the most wonderful comment I think I've ever had, mate. I absolutely love Bob Ross. I really, really do. I think he's brilliant. Do it, man. You just got to jump. That's true. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. Happy little stars. Oh yes, that'll be our little secret right there. Yeah, we'll know that it's in there. Ooh, little guide in there. Ooh. There's no accidents. I'm going to turn into Bob Ross here. I'm going to start doing the Bob Ross impressions. This is beautiful, but there is a halo of green. I'm going to have to try to distract myself before we start rossing to the limit. Let me have a look at what we're viewing. So this is Klaus Barth, captured with a Planewave CDK17. Now that's a bit of kit. Full frame mono camera, RGB only, nearly 10 hours of integration, nearest, damn it, 3 meters focal length. Goodness gracious. So the background itself is absolutely silky smooth. The star shape and size, wonderful. Something along the way has gone a little bit wrong with processing on these. I know that sometimes Klaus will come back and catch these on live stream, so I don't know if he's here watching, but I'll talk to him as if he is. So hello, Klaus. So on my screen, I don't know whether it's differences between our screen camera and whatnot, how you're set up for editing and how I'm set up for viewing. Two different things, of course, but yeah, I can see kind of where your mask feathers were on this, and there's the main objects we're supposed to be looking at. My eyes being drawn away by distracting bands of noise around what is otherwise a sea of smoothness around it. There's so much potential here. I think it would well be worth going back and taking another quick look at this one. Much of what you've done with the colour in the core of this galaxy over here is wonderful. There's a little bit of green bias towards the core, but there's a bigger green bias towards the outer extents that's crept in, and a little bit of noise that's crept in too. I think much of the galaxy itself is processed well. As far as detail goes, doesn't really look overdone or anything like that, given the equipment that you've used is incredible. It's just this kind of stuff that's a bit distracting. It's like I know I should be looking here, but my eyes are being drawn here. And I know that won't have been your intent, so I'm just letting you know my thoughts as it goes. Hopefully that's useful, actionable feedback for you, but it's still a beautiful image, Klaus. So as always, mate, thank you for sharing. And we've got another one from him here as well. An edge-on spiral galaxy 25 million light years away, shaped by gravitational interaction and intense star formation. Very, very nice. Same setup, 22.6 hours in Spain. Okie dokie. Lots of tiny background galaxies hidden, it says as well, and yeah, I can see those starting to creep in. So the detail in the core of this galaxy is startling. It really is. It is astonishingly nice. I would say don't take this a single step further in terms of core detail. It's spot on, cooked to perfection. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. There were nearly a "it's raw" joke coming in there, but yeah, it's really not. It's done well. Again, though, the masking, something's gone slightly wrong, and we've got these outer edges just making it look a little bit distracting, where that noise banding comes in, and some of the colour has bled as well, just a touch. The background again is perfect, really. Maybe just fractionally bright, but in terms of noise and such, it's very, very smooth. And some of the masking has caused other problems around these background galaxies, where it's kind of divoted them in. They look like they've been scraped out with an ice cream scoop towards a lighter background or something. It's a very odd thing, but there it is. There's a small amount of excavation happening around most of them. Again, a lot to like though, and thank you for sharing that, Klaus. Some wonderful equipment in use there. About time for another painting. Ooh, Mike. It really is. Yeah, I need to get around to that. I've been keeping my hand in with drawing just very slightly. Nothing much, you know, nothing serious at all, but I would love to crack out another painting soon. I've missed it. I haven't done it in a few months. Mostly it's just been busyness. You know what I mean? I felt like, I know we're on about having like creative energy bursts and things like that kind of going on, but the overarching feeling for a lot of the last few months has been I have been a bit tired. That's all, and it's only understandable. I'm sure many of you out there will know what it's like. You know, you're many of you are parents out there. It's tiring, isn't it? So I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just letting you know. Really, it's going to sound like complaining, isn't it? All the same, but I promise it's not. I couldn't be happier to be a parent. It's just, it is tiring. Yeah. So once that gets a little bit easier, in about 18 years, maybe longer, I'll be back full on with the painting. No, but seriously, it's something I do want to do. I need to give some time to myself for that kind of thing, don't I? All work and no play makes Luke a dull boy. So on this shot, David Clayton, let me just give you some feedback as I've been talking over it. Camstar RC6, 585 MC Pro. Gotcha. 5 hours of 3-minute subs. All right. So there's background color bias, predominantly leaning towards greens, which is a little bit of a problem. It looks like the galaxy itself is beautifully done, but it appears to be emerging from a swamp. It's a bit murky green sort of thing. So that definitely needs balancing out. And then just, you know, it's a background. Push it to the background, let it be a background a little bit more. It's mostly free of gradient. There's a little bit of edge gradient creeping in around the sides. You guys can probably see that on the stream. I'm sure you can, like a slight purplish fringing. It's nothing too distracting. But I think as far as you've taken the core of the galaxy, you've done actually a really nice, tasteful job there. Much of the colours are like, it only starts to fall apart a little bit outside here, so it's definitely tackleable. It's 100% within your skill set. I'm sure you can do this, so it would be worth another look though, because the data looks really good. I hope that's useful feedback for you. I'm afraid to buy paint. Yeah, it is. It is a rabbit hole, mate. But honestly, you've been doing so well with your art. I think I hate telling someone else what I think they should be doing because it feels really pushy. But if you'll just allow me for a moment, as your friend, to just say, why not? Kind of thing. You know, give it a little bit of a go. Even start simple. Get some, get a watercolor pan set and some watercolor paper and have a little go. Just put something loose together. Fun. It's really, really fun. I have that also sometimes. It's the is that the feather amount that we do on the mask? So it can be, Hank. I assume you're talking about when I was mentioning for Klaus here, these kind of unblended edges, that kind of thing. So it's a mask that's two things really. I think it's a mask that's perhaps slightly not discriminatory enough, so too much of the background brightening has been included as part of that mask, and the blending, the two kind of go hand in hand, don't they? It's hard to blend a mask that's already too big. If it's already tight and really focused on what you actually intended on masking out in the first place tightly, it is much easier to separate it from that background with a much more believable smoothed edge kind of thing. Whereas if it's a great big edge, it's going to remain a great big edge. You know, there's no putting that back in the box once it's out. So yeah, just your first effort should be directed towards the sizing of the mask first. That's for me. About 18 about 18 years you'll be staying up late waiting for them to come home. Yeah, I think you're spot on, Mike, to be honest. Oh dear. Then again, if it's anything like me, probably won't be like that. You know, I think I might have been a bit boring. Don't know why I'm dancing around it. I went out like once with my mates. They were all really into it, going out on town and things like that. And I went out. Yeah, I think I went out once, and I was just like, "This is not for me." Never bothered again. Give me a barbecue in the backyard or something anytime over that kind of thing. I'd much rather just have something. You know, if you want to hang out with your friends, hang out with your friends, spend some time with them that way. Oh, crikey. Mike. Oh, mate, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for that, Mike. That is incredibly kind of you, and I hope you know that it is appreciated, my friend. It is. Thank you, mate. Yeah, sorry, that's knocked me a bit. Thanks, Mike. Father of a 3-year-old here, I feel you. It's tiring. I'm back into the hobby after a 2.5-year hiatus. I have another one on the way. Really want to keep it going for them. Congratulations, by the way, mate. Yeah. I like I say, I would if it ever came across like complaining, I didn't mean it that way. It's the greatest thing I've ever done with any of my time. It really is. It's just like anything though. If you're spending all day like really focused on something, and I feel so lucky that I get to be able to do that as well. I'm able to see him every day. I know that's not something everybody gets to do, which I feel like I say extremely lucky for. It does leave you a little tired for other stuff. Yeah, it's only natural, innit? We've got a finite amount of energy to spend each day, and if you spend nearly all of it, you ain't got much left. That's normal. But yeah, I think once he's a little bit older, a couple more years, perhaps on his back, I expect to be able to probably increase the output and that kind of thing, and maybe get more videos out. That said, a lot of the time the things that hold me back is the weather. Luckily, Chloe's really good with it. If I tell her, like I've got to go do some work and crack on in the observatory, she understands. You know what I mean? So it's never that sort of thing holding me back. A lot of the time I've got ideas and things I want to do, but well, the weather's crap. So yeah, Macarian's chain. It looks like it's a download. If it's all the same to you, I shan't click. You just can't be too cautious with this kind of thing. Only natural light, said Luke. These times are so precious. Yeah, I'm glad you understand, Mike. Yeah, it's just I know that this time I'll never get it back. Do you know what I mean? So he's only going to be this age once, and learning all the new things that he is doing once, and it's absolutely awesome. So I want to enjoy it, as much as I can. I would. I'll show you a few images as well if you'd like to see how he's doing and stuff. I feel that longer subs are more important versus shorter and a lot more. If you've got a modern camera, Adrian, then don't worry yourself about it, mate. Really, unless you're shooting narrowband, in which case you should aim for a little longer than usual, but not excessive. I realise that's really woolly sounding. 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes, and that kind of way on, you're going to be fine for most things in narrowband. With a modern camera. With broadband, again, just don't really worry about it too much. Try to think of how long you want to shoot your target for, and then how many subs are you satisfied stacking? Like, you know, if you want to get X amount of subs at least, but not exceed, you know, Y amount of subs. Some, you know, your preferred amount is going to fall somewhere naturally for you then, and it'll tell you how long your sub exposures need to be. For me, just to give you an example, let's say if I'm shooting with my full frame camera like I demonstrated earlier, I keep the subs long because the processing overheads are enormous. I've got a decent PC, but ain't nobody got time for you know, waiting for your PC to stack for 3 hours just because you dared to capture 100 full frame subs. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke. So if I've got some time and I want to capture an image with something like that, I'll keep the subs as long as I possibly can. Then I've got fewer to stack, which takes less time. If I'm using something like my 585, which spits out like 16 megabyte subs, much smaller, much easier to handle, I worry a lot less about it. I'm happy to stack up to like 500 exposures or something like that. But I'd really rather not go above that much. So yeah, hopefully that's useful-ish information for you. But if you're worried from an image quality standpoint, there really ain't much in it on modern cameras. Yeah. If you click download, it should open it in a browser. Yeah, it's not that I don't trust someone or anything like that. It's just, well, as you'll know, hackers and things like that. I'm not saying Alexander's a hacker, but I'm saying your PC can be compromised and you not know it. And, you know, it can infect all the files that you have on your drive and share with other people, that kind of thing. So you can unwittingly infect other people. And, you know, that's the last thing I'd want, especially with the YouTube thing, because, like, you know, this on my main PC especially, it's signed in all the time. I don't want to end up being one of those people where the channel gets hacked and the streaming a 24/7 Elon Musk is giving away Bitcoin kind of live stream scam thing to you guys until I'm able to get my account back. So I try to be absolutely ironclad with what I click on. I'm probably, well, I was going to say you're probably too cautious, but you can't be too cautious. It'd destroy me, I think, if my channel got took over like that. Yeah. As far as smart scope subtimes is what I was referring to. Oh, okay, smart scopes. Most of these smart scopes are going to be able to take 30-second subs all night long if you're using them in EQ mode, that kind of thing, and that's usually enough. Because using modern sensors, like we discussed, to the point where even if you're using their inbuilt dual band filters, they're typically a little bit broader in bandpass than the filters you might see in use on some of these images here, where read noise becomes more of a factor. So if you can get reliable 30-second exposures, something like that, use those. If you can reliably get longer, then I don't see much harm in doing so. But yeah, typically if I'm doing stuff with my smart telescope, I'll stick to 30-second subs and just let it, you know, blast all night long at that. I'm about to be in a world of hurt with the amount of subs with an alt-as scope. Just look at the f2.5 corrected with the Nexus. Yeah, mate, that's 20-second subs. They're gonna add up fast. Oh yeah. What's the file size from that camera, Damien? Because is it like an IMX455 based cam? Because that could genuinely be an issue. What I'm going to suggest to you is I'm thinking of doing this myself as well. Working on I've even got a where is it? Making full frame captures more manageable, live stack super stacks. YouTube. This is how I keep my ideas, by the way. Extremely high quality filing system. You might want to utilize SharpCap Pro's live stacking feature and allow it to stack those 20-second subs for you into 10-minute chunks, and then save those out and treat those as your individual exposures, mate. If you value your sanity, which I mean, you use 24-inch knobs and stuff like that, so you probably don't value your sanity. So you're probably golden. Don't worry about it. Okay, 25 megapixels. So it's not going to be as deadly as we were discussing, but it's still going to be pretty bad. Yeah, 140 meg. That's not too bad. That's for a debayed file, I take it. I'm looking for a smart scope with a wide field lens. What would you do? The S30 Pro, Dwarf 3, or Mini? Oh, Henk. Right now, if I was looking for a smart telescope, and if I wanted one right now, I would probably get an S30 Pro. I've got a few of them here for use. Obviously, I'm a lucky ducky. I get stuff sent here for extended periods. I get stuff left with me, when it should go back and things like that. I could go for any of them. I usually go for the S30 Pro if I'm grabbing one and I want to do a session. So that should tell you, at least from my perspective, where I think is the best right now. Obviously, there is another C-Star coming. Everybody already knows. It's just when it comes, of course. So if you can hang on, it might be worth waiting for that as well. An external battery like that dwarf or C-Star all night. Yeah, I have no sanity. Oh my god, not averse to doing a 2 terabyte now with planetary. Yeah, I mean this in the nicest possible way, Damien, but you truly are a different breed from me, mate, I think. Oh my god, 2 terabytes. I'd be in tears, mate, if I had to deal with that kind of size of files. Oh my god. Good on ya. If you're doing DSOs only, I would go with the Mini. I'm super freaking impressed with it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to argue with the Mini as well, I will say that. I love my Mini. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of love for the Mini, and I can 100% see why. It is absolutely bloody cracking. So impressed with the Mini. I can't wait to see what they come out with soon. Yeah. 50 Pro, yes, it is being worked on. Do you know what I mean? It's just when we're going to see it. That's the thing. I would definitely bank on it being this year, though. It's just, when do you want one? I think, by the way, we are nearly getting on towards the time where I might have to think about parking these scopes. Let me just have a quick peek-a-rooney on this. Make sure things are still working. Sequence is still plugging away nicely. It's not triggered an autofocus all night, so has it been really consistent? I know at start of night we looked and it was like 17 degrees. It does appear to still be 17, doesn't it? So I guess the temps haven't changed. Stars still look pretty good, but the HFRs have crept up, haven't they? It's early on in the night. We had 17 for hydrogen, 159 there for an oxygen, 177 for sulfur. Now we've got some hydrogens at 2, 3. Yeah, it's definitely crept out of focus. Damn. We're going to have about half a night of unusable data here, aren't we? That sucks. We can make up for some of it now if I just... So if I reset this and just let it do its thing again. Turn off center. No, we will let it recenter, actually, because it's probably shifted away with dithering. I'll just run it again. This should recenter, set off an autofocus, and get us back in line. But that's the downside of me not watching it, I suppose. You know what? If that's the price I have to pay to spend the night with you guys, that's fine. a few blurred subs. I'll just chuck them away. It's no big deal, is it? Interesting though that it didn't trigger an autofocus. I'm just going to have to make sure that my settings are good. 1 degree. It just never did. Interesting. The only thing I can think of that's caused this is that while the air temperature dropped, the scope is like heavy. It's thermally going to be massive as well. The scope was probably still cooling when the scope itself, and I've got my probe set to air temperature rather than tube temperature. It was really hot in the observatory today. So before I rolled the roof off and started letting it cool down, it had reached 32 inside there because of that dark roof. So I bet it's not cooled properly. Something to be aware of and watch out for though the next clear night. Anyway, that's my after the match review. These things happen, don't they? That's astrophotography for you. Yeah, a lot of people saying anyway for the Dwarf Mini. I can't really argue with them. It really is absolutely cracking. And if space is a concern for you, the size of the thing, it is the clear winner. I also think, I will say this too, I think the Dwarf Mini is probably a more robust device than the C-Stars are as well, owing to the fact that its arm is clutched. So, you know, it could get knocked, nudged, or whatever. I'm not saying, you know, knock nails in with it, but could get knocked about a little bit in a bag or something like that, and I don't think it'd cause any issues. I reckon you'd break your C-Star in the same sort of scenario, so you have to be a bit more careful with one of them. One of the things Advanced Sequencer would help with, would it have detected the HFR change? Because I think I could have enabled that, you know. Maybe I should. After HFR increased 10%. Yeah. I should perhaps have allowed that as well. Live and learn, I suppose. I'll save that on the sequence. I would like to make a nice image of the elephant trunk. It's just a shame that, you know, a good chunk of tonight's data is going to be knacked. Looks like it started happening, what? Even by here, these subs are out of focus. Look at the difference between like that and the start of the night, where it was crispy dispy. Damn. Anyway, like I say, I'm not that het up about it. It's there's bigger stuff going on in the world, isn't there, than me getting some blurry subs. So I won't even think about it by tomorrow afternoon. So it's not a big deal. Do you have a Mini available to you as well? I do. Yeah, I've got the Mini in my observatory right here, actually, with me. Like I say, I think part of it is as well is I prefer the interface of the ASI. Keep saying that, the C-Star over the Dwarves, but that's not to say that the Dwarves are bad. They're just different, and you know you're going to be more comfortable with one than the other, I would say. Software and the secret sauce that Dwarf Lab do under the hood with the Mini compared to the 30 Pro is wild. Yeah, that's fair, mate. The Stellar Studio is getting really, really good, innit? Have to treat us to another live stream. That's the one, dude. If you get time and you'd appreciate feedback for your recent image post. Of course, Mike. Let's do it now, mate. I'm only creeping along through these, aren't I? It's a terrible pace. Astro Images. Aha. Right, yes. Let's have a look at this one, Mike. M101. Ultracrack 108, TubeTech 585. At Starfront, SHO, RGB combination. So you've drizzled it. Okie dokie. Let's have a peek then. 43 hours. That's some data set, mate. Wow. Right. Let's have a good peek at Rooney as we go through this. So you wanted feedback on this, Mike? Is that right? It came through nicely, by the way. It's not. I'm not seeing any compression problems, so I can give you some good feedback on this if you'd like. Oh yeah, you did say feedback. Sorry. Right then. So I'm just going to be real. I think the narrowband is dominating the image a little too much in this. So it's the RGB almost might as well not be there at this point. It's a bit too strong. In some regions, like you'll probably be able to see this better on your master image. I'm seeing a lot of like a water ripple artifact sort of thing, you know, like the top of a sea, a shimmering lake sort of thing, just creeping in. Especially around this, it's really obvious to see. Around here, it almost looks like crumpled tinfoil or something like that. There's shards of artifact all over. Like the object itself looks beautiful and doesn't actually look overdone. It just appears to be really good, sharp data. It's just the outer edges where it's crept in pretty consistently across much of the image. This kind of artifact. I hope you're seeing what I'm on about here, and you don't just think I'm making things up. Background levels are good for much of the image, slightly too dark in some areas, I think. So there's a little bit of background inconsistency. I don't know if you perhaps make this out. Like here, it looks like there's a red tinge just creeping in very slightly as well, and I'm not sure where that's come from, but it's definitely there. There's a bit of background color bias. It looks this same sort of blue. What else can I give you on this, Mike? Stars look wonderful. I think I'm happy with those. Yeah, I think it's being dominated by the narrowband a little too much. But this could be just a taste thing. We're all different, aren't we? And we're all looking for different things from the shots. But just trying to think if I've got like a natural M101 I can compare with, not for any other reason than just having something to reference. Here we are. So I've got some from the Hyperstar, for example, M101. So my background's too bright on this for a start. I've still got some of that color creeping in, but you see how the target is split into discrete, natural looking areas. We've got these flocculent whirls coming out from the arms and going along the arms themselves into nebulous regions, into just large starry swaths. This is like my senses are being assaulted a little bit by HA crogliness. I hope that's something that you can use as feedback. I realise it probably sounds a little bit woolly, Mike. I'm trying to be concise, but it's really difficult because I'm not that familiar with utilising narrowband in Galaxy data. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's some regions of it where I think it'd be like really useful to add. It's like these outer edges here. You see, like some extremely fine detail going down here. All looks good. like a way of keeping some of that in, but let the rest of that be more natural. I don't know. That'd be what I would personally try to go for. I hope that that's something useful to you, Mike. If you have anything you want me to try to touch upon other than that, please do just let me know. It's no problem. In advanced sequencer, you can set your HFR threshold over a certain amount of subs rather than waiting for an overall percent change. 5% change over every 5 subframes. Got ya. Yes to feedback always. No problem, Mike. Yeah. Casey. Oh, mate, I didn't realize you're still here, mate. You've been so quiet. Gotta go with Chala, yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks very much for your support, Casey, and I hope you have a cracking day, mate. I really do. Need to get back up on my other system. No problem, Mike. Good feedback. Makes sense. Struggling. Got you, Mike. Yeah, no worries then, mate. As like I say, I know you're asking for feedback because you really, you want me to give you the feedback, and it'd be pointless me pussyfooting around and how can I ever be useful to you in that sort of scenario. So yeah, I hope you always know that the feedback's coming from a good place. Oh, goodness gracious me! Excuse me. There's so much there. It's such a it's an overwhelmingly powerful data set, I think, that you've got on your hands, and there's no surprises there. I mean, it's 43 hours from some cracking skies with some lovely equipment. So yeah. Looks like it was gilded. Yeah, it does look a little gilded, doesn't it? I know what you mean there. Like the sort of gilding you might see on an ornate picture frame or something like that. It is pretty, for sure it is, Ben, yeah. Love the feedback. It helps me along the way getting better in the hobby. Super, mate. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. It is really useful, seeing everybody's images. We can always learn something from everybody, I think. CG. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm so sorry for yawning at you. CG Cepha. It's been a really, really long, hot day today. 12 30 seconds RGB and 12 300 seconds SHO. So he's not been working with much data here. A little bit of noise creeping in. Note too objectionable. We can see some of that oxygen shell coming through. Obviously green has taken over. If you're aware that that's not how things would traditionally look, CG, and you've done this on purpose, then that's not a problem. But if you're hoping for something that's more akin to like Hubble palette, and you're just having trouble getting it, you might want to look into something called narrowband normalization, and that'll help you deal with this a little bit. As to your background, I think overall your black levels are good. Little bit of a like a magenta tint to areas that should be dark grey. SMA Sky, nice to see you, mate. That's you. Feedback, welcome. Awesome, mate. Awesome. Agree on the feedback being so useful. Always appreciate honest takes. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Like I say, I always feel awkward sometimes with it because I'm just, I always just naturally just want to be nice. But it's not always the most useful thing. If someone's asking genuinely for feedback, you should just be honest rather than anything else, first and foremost. That's astonishing. That is good God, mate, that is a hell of a shot. I'm going to say, if you haven't, I don't know if you're here in chat or if you see this at any point, Dean, but if you haven't submitted that for a pod, I think you should. It is, as Archib's just said there, this is landscape at its finest. And it really is. That is a lovely, lovely shot. Colours are balanced. So much to like about that. Very, very well done. Yeah, that's a truly nice shot. You are. Yeah, well, if you're interested in that kind of... I know not everybody's interested in it, but if you are, I think, personally speaking, that's good enough to get an A-pod. If, you know, this is... A-pod's one of them things where you got to land on the right day as well, I think, sometimes. If they're looking in particular to showcase something that's even seasonally relevant, you'll have a much better chance. But, yeah, I think it's good enough to be well in the consideration for it. It's a very, very nice shot. Nervous to even upload it. Goodness gracious me. Oh dear. Yeah, no, don't be nervous, mate. Nobody should ever be nervous with this. Like I say, I'll just try my best to be honest and helpful. That's I would never ever attack someone's image. That's for sure. I hope you guys would bloody tell me off as well if ever you felt like I was doing that. I'd want you to. Amazing from Morocco. I've only ever seen that from Chile. Yeah, goodness gracious. On the landscape, it's really well done. If I made the dark foreground on the left is a bit distracting. Let's see what you point out there. Maybe did I miss something? And you see, I like it. I think it adds that extra... sometimes I look at things from like a painting perspective. We were talking about painting earlier, and I've got a little bit of experience with it. And I feel like I see the artistic composition within it. And that extra layer adds to it for me, because it's like even goes one closer. So this is another like shade darker, a shade lighter, then go into... We're just lost off the side of the planet and in space. It's pretty magic. But yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying you're wrong. That's not what I wanted to imply there, Francesco. Awesome capture. It is. Yeah, A-pod material. Other people are saying it. I'm nearly hit you with a Donald Trump impression then. I'm not saying it. It's other people saying it. But yeah, no mate, absolutely cracking image. I think we've had a good old bash at it tonight, chaps. It's been a good session. Anything new popped through? I don't think my back can take too much more of this chair. Ooh, Refocusing, RGB, 3 hours. William Optics, Pleiades 68 with an 80 2600 mono. Let's let this load up properly. Don't know if you hear Coma, but again, this is for me essentially perfect. Yeah, I feel like if if I was trying to edit my own version of this, this is the sort of thing I'd try to use as a reference. It's spot on. It looks so natural. I think that's one way of putting it. It has, without getting too artistic on you, it's effortless and it's elegant. Nothing's forced. Everything's allowed to breathe. Yeah. Very, 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 very nice shot. another one that's right up there, A-pod consideration level stuff for me, I think. So absolutely just fantastic. Yeah, that were insane. It has been a great session, Mike. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, mate. And thank you guys for coming, and thank you for your support as well. As always, bloody heck, as I do appreciate it. You know, I really, really do. Something beautiful. I wonder what it could be saying. And yet I feel like I agree with him. Yeah. Yeah, no, mate, absolutely, yeah, spot on. Speechless. Yep, it's beautiful. We've seen some cracking images tonight. It's been a load of fun. Lots and lots of stuff. There's some wonderful stuff on this Discord now. We've seen some incredible images shared. I tell you, look at this one as well. This another row of fucus. This is beautiful too in its own way, but could I offer it as contrast for what I was talking about, where I was saying it looked effortless. Like this looks what would be the word? Energetic. It looks like it's in motion almost. It's a little bit soft. There's a little bit too much noise reduction going on and things like that, and there's probably some degree of compression playing into this as well. It is beautiful. Don't let me take anything away from it. It truly is beautiful. But when I was using like the word effortless and elegant, I'm sure you can see what I mean. This looks. It's just like that natural beauty coming through on it. Really, it is essentially perfect for me, but we all have different tastes, don't we? So yeah, a night of the A-pod candidates. It really has, mate. Yeah, too bad I arrived late. Mate, yeah, it's always nice to have people coming in and chatting with us, you know what I mean? That's what makes it feel special, not like just like a long video of someone rambling. You know, when you're interacting with me, it's live and we can have some fun together. Thank you. There would be much benefit to getting more hours on RAW or 3x3 panel. Ooh, man. Well, congratulations on your image, first off. I think it is beautiful. More hours. Listen, I'd be lying to you if I said more hours is not worth it. It's always worth it, but you are going to have to go significantly up, I would say. Clearly your processing skills are, you know, really up there, so we don't need to worry about that kind of things. You could certainly utilize the extra hours if you wanted to put them into the object, and I'm sure you could stitch a mosaic smoothly as well. Depends on you. What do you want to do? What do you think it'd offer to the image? I think you'd offer more signal to noise ratio, but you'd probably just, if you wanted to utilize that, you'd have to take the image further, apply more processing, and it'd probably lose some of that effortless, believable nature of it for me. Yeah. Thank you for rejoining, SMA Sky. I appreciate the support, mate, for 25 months. That's massive, mate. I really do appreciate it. First time catching a live stream, says Stephen V. Nice to have you here, Stephen. A total treat. I'm really glad to hear that. Thanks for all your wonderful content. Well, thank you. Yeah, playing around with my single 15-minute exposure trunk. Oh, nice, mate. Well, if you get the chance, Milkman, ouch, would always love to see it, dude. Sad I missed it. Glad I caught some of it. Well, that's a nice way to look at it. Yeah. It is a nice way to look at it. Rodway's Antares region. Yeah. This is nice still. Needs more time. It's just it's such a bloody pretty region, isn't it? Yeah. It's nice, mate. I mean, I feel like it's super tight. Yeah, forgive what we've just been looking at. You know what I mean? It looks like it's super duper tight. But yeah, I like it for exactly how it's offered. It's a different look at this beautiful region. Chaps, it's been a pleasure. I feel like I've been smashed in by Mike Tyson, though. I'm getting a bit achy now. Should probably wrap things up and get laid in bed. So I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure for me. I hope you've enjoyed the stream too. Yeah. It really is. It's always a pleasure, guys, spending some time with you. That's what I always want it to feel like it's just a good time. Where we can all get together and hang out. You know what I mean? We all like the same stuff. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we get on and have some good times together? So, look after yourselves. Look after each other. And with any luck, I'll see you sooner rather than later. But yeah, I can't make any concrete promises at the minute. I tell you, one last mini tangent. I just, it's one of those things I would like to do. I'm really serious about, continuing my channel, and I appreciate all that it does and allows me to do. You know what I mean? Reach many people and just share one of these things that I love doing. And the support from it is, I could never ever have dreamed of getting the kind of support that I do. So I'm ever so thankful for that. I wish I could give back as much as you guys give, but I'm just, at the minute, knackered all the time. So I hope you understand. Yeah. The live streams will come. It's just they're usually as and when, like, I spring them on myself, and when I've got enough energy, we go for it. Yeah. Anyway, enough ranting. That's my absolute specialty, innit? Just ranting on and on and on and on and on. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. It's been a really good one, and I've got some telescope packing up to do now, I suppose. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Blue skies.